doing because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fucking ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the dick in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh my God. There's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you, Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
Basement Benchwarmers Podcast. We are back.
Better than ever.
Better than ever. Like the NFL, we're back.
And I was on time.
In a week. And Ed was here early. He just couldn't find his way down the mom's base. You know why? My dad was talking his ear off about a Model T car in the garage, so showing all the ins and outs of it.
I didn't even know we were doing this until I get a text. Are you pooping right now?
That was me. Asking that.
I was like, what's going on?
Number 1, how do they know? Number 2, what are we doing?
And number 3, it's diarrhea.
So let's get going. We're going to talk about the NFL fantasy preview tonight. We'll do our preview of NFL sometime next week. And a good, bad, and ugly, and whatever else comes up. But let's start off how we start off every week. How was your past week? We're going to start with Tim tonight. Timmy!
Oh, I got to follow him now.
Right. Hey, at least you have to be stuck in an elevator with me, so.
Go ahead.
Heard about that, right?
No.
Harbaugh got stuck in an elevator with...
No, Harbaugh did not.
No, they think Harbaugh set it up, but who's the quarterback for the...
Herbert. I was going to say Aber.
Herbert and like 8 other people, and 2 of them were women. They were stuck in there for 3 hours or whatever.
Really?
Yeah. And Harbaugh was like, yeah, it was a good test of will. And like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He took leadership.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's it? Justin Herbert.
Justin,
I want to keep calling Bobby Aber.
When they opened the door, he was crying in the corner.
Pretty much. Right.
Oh, God.
Right. So
the women were caressing his head.
18-year-old lady. Yeah. Just like...
sucking his thumb.
Suck blah blah.
Suck blah blah. I'm in an elevator.
So how was your week?
Week was good. I was telling you off camera that shot a 90 Tuesday, like 18 at Pets, which probably the best round I've had in about 2 years. So
yeah, it's a tough course.
Yeah, especially I had 14 in the last 2 holes, so I could have shot a little bit. Yeah, should have got a little bit better, but
he ran one in and passed one in.
Couldn't convert the 2-point conversion.
I might be the number 1 pick. So
fuck McCaffrey.
Right?
I'm taking Timmy. 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, had a great time with Ed at the Cub game last Thursday.
Yeah,
we went and saw Detroit. I thought I had fucked up and got the wrong tickets, but we ended up getting really good tickets.
Yeah, they were solid.
Yeah, they were really good. So
and it was out of the sun.
Yeah, out of the sun. It was cool, and the Cubs kicked the shit out of the
beautiful day.
Beautiful day, yeah.
Wish I could have gone.
Beautiful sight lines.
Yeah,
a lot of seats around us.
Yeah, we should have invited Scott.
You did.
I know. Yeah,
you guys invited me to a baseball game.
Yeah.
Try to.
Thank you. I couldn't. I had soccer thing, but you guys understood. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. We thought of you.
Yep.
A lot.
Thank you.
Especially with the hot dog.
Wow.
Those pictures keep me up a little late at night.
Right. Had an awesome conversation with some Guatemalan girls on the way down.
Oh wait, I'm talking.
Right. I can't wait for you to bring up the trip back with the dumbing of our society. Do you remember the train trip back?
I don't.
The weddings.
Oh yeah, the girls.
Oh
my God! My wedding's going to be over $100,000. Mine's going to be like $120,000. You know, Marcy, hers was only $50,000. She thought she was going to. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! Timmy goes, "What's wrong, Ed?" I was like, "I need earplugs."
as I'm listening to music in my hearing aids, I'm looking at him, just going, "The fuck!" Just the look on his face is like,
if they weren't so cute, I would have probably choked them all.
Right.
They were just cute. It was like, oh, I just want to hug them or choke them. I don't know.
So
yeah, we learned Guatemalan.
Yeah,
we got actually we went about 10 stops with them and had a whole conversation.
Yeah, thank God for Google Translate. So
yeah, it worked pretty well.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
So and then the guys behind us at the Cub game were from Detroit.
Yeah,
they fell asleep.
Too old. They were older than us. They were out.
Yeah.
Like, wow, how long was your drive? They were from Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it was cool. It like they might have been just as many Detroit fans as there were Cub fans there.
Pretty
so,
close.
Yeah,
It's probably
Cool.
60-40.
A little trip though.
yeah,
Come around the because that was that the end of the series?
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, it's a good little
Right.
cool little trip. Chicago. People want to come see Chicago.
Yeah.
Well, we thought they were all there for the convention, but not one agreed and said that's what they were there
And
for.
no one liked that joke. Whenever we said
I was like, oh, you're here for the convention and just stopped for a baseball game? No.
No.
Everyone, no.
Yeah.
It was and I understand it's not the same crowd, the baseball crowd and the
right.
Democratic convention crowd,
Yeah.
but
the best was that dude, the
you
Pride.
think we could have got one.
Right, the Pride jersey that walked back to his seat. And I go, I wonder if he came from the convention. And the dude in front of me kind of like,
Yeah, but it was crazy. There was like not much crossover.
no, not at all. So yeah, that was cool. And then watched The Color of Money, which came out in like 86, 87.
Paul Newman.
Paul Newman,
Cool.
Tom
Shark.
Cruise.
Tom Cruise, yeah.
Right, it's the sequel to The Hustler.
It's in the way that you choose.
Was it good?
It's a great movie.
I never saw it.
Yeah,
I can't remember it.
yeah, it was. I thought it was good then. Like seeing it like 30 years later, and it kind of like you should watch it like as being like older now and watch Paul Newman. Watch him like
Oh, all I can think of is his dressing.
really.
Yeah.
He's got good dressing, good salsas. He's good all around.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
a
He
great
donates.
race-
He donates all of that.
he was a race car driver.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
amazing man.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
So
And,
yeah, like I probably hadn't seen it since it was in the movies back. I'm sure I saw it in VHS or whatever, but to sit down and actually watch it from beginning and end again, it's a great movie.
yeah,
So-
my favorite line from that movie. They brought their fucking toys with them.
That's Slapshot.
Oh, that was Slapshot.
Yeah.
No, it was like he ate 28 eggs. No, that's Cool Hand Luke.
That Cool Hand Luke's another good movie.
I
I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna try to watch The Hustler this week too. So I'll let you guys know.
Nice.
So,
That's
yeah.
that's a good movie. Jackie Gleason
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
So yeah, that was my week.
that's an old movie. That's like 53, 50. 60, maybe 60, yeah.
What must have been Newman's one of Newman's.
He was
first
young,
movies,
yeah.
So
Awesome. Well, I mean, it's been a couple weeks since we did a show, right?
right.
Yeah, because I went to the
yeah, you're right.
I went to the Dodgers Brewer game too, with Glenn and Amy, and Otani hit a home run in that game. Which I went there to see Gavin and Otani, and it was a Wong home run. Holy shit, was it wrong?
Was it too high?
It was a nuke. Oh, that's geez, sorry. Yeah, well, that's horrible.
I just got that.
Local ITA legend Gavin Lux also hit, and I think Gavin's was farther. So I'm not saying it. But then the problem is there's like kids sitting there. We're in the front row. We were right by those Sherwin-Williams seats, so right on the tarp. I don't know if you've ever been with me to those.
No. Oh
No.
yeah.
Right on the. It's hard to actually see because you got to turn and look.
Yeah, I remember because I don't like those.
I don't
seats.
like them
They're
either.
Okay,
They're front row, but
they're cool, but it's like they're not. The seats aren't aimed right.
yeah, you're aiming at like second base.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So we got the net now in front of us too. So I mean, I took Sean one time and he caught a foul ball right away, just off that, and we could have got one, but there was the net. And dude, there's a kid begging, and then it's like the two drunk guys behind him that are in their 20s. Throw him a ball. Throw him a ball. It's like,
Come on, Glenn, be quiet.
there's a goddamn net in between
Glenn,
us.
quit begging for a ball.
Did they have their gloves?
No, but they're like, throw this kid a ball. Throw him a ball, and it's like, ball boy, ball boy. It's like, Jesus, just go get a seat out there in the corner where the outfielders throw the ball
Right.
if you really want it, or go buy a ball for your kid.
Right.
It was driving me nuts. I just don't beg. So then and then I went to the Cubs game with Timmy, and we had a great time, as we've already talked about. Had a lot of stuff happen, but we got off the L. I was starving right when we got off the L, so we stopped at one of those food trucks on the side of the road.
Nice.
Yeah,
Did you really?
yeah, and went to the window and I asked for a taco with guac, and the angry lady with blue hair, she informed me that they're a mobile abortion truck in town for the Democratic convention.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, and
I had to hold Ed back. He was pretty pissed.
yeah, it's for that professional woman on the go, and just in case.
And vasectomies you can get.
Oh, Shakira's hurt.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
You're gonna move on. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut into you, but yeah, that was.
Yeah, it's just weird. You know, they got these weird trucks.
I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to cut into you.
So
That was terrible.
That was awesome.
That was good.
That was awesome.
Yeah. It was just bizarre, you know. So a half an hour later, I'm sitting in Wrigley with my program and souvenir cup full of fetus. Jesus.
And peanuts.
We did have peanuts too, yeah.
Look, I got a trading card.
Well,
Right.
oh, and then
She would have been 2 today.
Wow.
sorry, I'm on the ticket. I got a stitch. These jokes are awful. Oh, you guys are piling on my horrible jokes. I was doing it. I'm like, okay, I'll get fired. But you know, the guys, I'm gonna be what do they call that when you're they turn you off or cancel.
Cancel, yeah.
Yeah. But then you guys are fucked now too.
Thanks, Ed.
Oh, and then Timmy had a girl eyeing him up from the row in front of us.
No, that's right.
He did.
She's kind of young.
Yeah, she was a little young, like 2.
Yep.
So he gave her a Twizzler. He
Yeah,
did.
she
was so happy.
She was so happy. Her dad came back with a helmet cup with ice cream in it. So she was eating it. You know, she gets done. She's sitting down. So I waited forever to get a fucking Coke at Wrigley. All
It was like 7 innings.
Yeah.
We couldn't find one.
Yeah. So I didn't want to get up and walk.
Yeah.
You know, so I could, you know, they had the
QR.
code,
Oh, yeah.
QR code.
Yeah.
So I ordered a Coke Zero, which is actually really good.
Oh, Coke Zero is awesome.
Out of a bottle. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm like, well, I didn't want to just get a fucking Coke Zero, and I didn't want to have popcorn. So like, oh, fucking licorice rope. Haven't had one of those in years.
It was like 8 feet long.
Yeah.
It was.
So
Tim actually climbed down from the top and got to the bottom level off that thing.
but it was fast though too. Like I ordered it.
It was like almost there instantly.
Yeah, it was like 3 minutes, right? Yeah. So he was like, hey, here you go. So
it's like 2 pitches, and we're like, oh, it's already here.
right. So having some licorice, and the little girl like looks at me, eyes me up, moves over. I'm like, I should give her some licorice. Tap dad on the shoulder, fucking ignores me. I'm like, bro. Tap, I go, hey, do you mind if I give your daughter some? Because I don't want to be like, hey, here you go, you know.
That's not creepy.
No, it's a good move though. It works for me almost every time. But yeah,
What, bro?
just giving kids candy.
Right. That's Willie.
Yeah.
Anyway, so gave her licorice. She was so happy. Like she probably the happiest person in that place.
It was. I wish I would have filmed it because
Yeah.
it's just the. It's like
It's like ice cream. I got ice cream.
20 years from now, she's going to be on a train somewhere. My wedding's going to cost $100,000. It's going to be the best.
It's gonna be in Bali, and we're gonna have Fiji water,
We're gonna have licorice ropes.
Licorice.
rope, right?
So a donut wall, licorice rope wall.
and
My
ice cream.
husband's going to have a beard. I got this fetish for guys with beards. I don't know where it started.
and glasses.
Oh my God. It was so funny. It was awesome. I
was
mean,
awesome.
it was awesome that
Yeah.
in real time how her face just changed and lit up.
Right.
It was great.
Yeah, Optimus Prime sat to our right.
Oh,
Mhm.
I am Optimus Prime.
Yeah, she was a little mean.
She was mean.
We had an Asian lady come in with her 2 daughters.
Yeah,
Right behind. Well, they were supposed to be sitting in front of us, but these two clowns
Chad.
were in.
Yeah,
Yeah, but so she sits. I was like, just sit behind us. There's empty seats. She goes, well, those are my seats. I'm like, these guys have been all over the place. They're drunken idiots, you know. I'm like, just sit behind us. It was the 6th or 7th inning when they showed up for
Right.
their seats.
right.
I'm wondering if they were related to one of the players because I said, man, you show up at 7th inning. She goes, it's all the same. It's baseball. You're not missing nothing. It's like,
Yeah.
So maybe she is like, it's her brother or, you know, maybe Shoto's her husband. Yeah. You know, it was just kind of
Yeah.
weird.
Right. Yeah, it was fun.
She was like, had no interest in being there.
Yeah, and the 2 dudes that kept fucking moving their seats, fucking career.
Yeah.
The-
Oh my God.
The girls,
These 2 guys were tools. I mean, they weren't bad looking guys, but they were tools.
they were tools.
All these girls were smoking hot. They were ridiculous.
They're
And the
like,
guy actually's like, the girls are sitting a few rows in front, and these guys kept moving around, and they're sitting right in front of us. So they're like, the guy's like, hey, Marcy, let me take a picture of you. And then all the girls get up there, and me and Timmy are like, oh, yeah, nice. And I tap the guy. I'm like, I tried to get him a picture with him earlier. They wouldn't do it.
I mean, you know how to act. It was awesome.
Good luck, buddy. That's what I said. I said, good luck. I tried to get a picture with him earlier. They wouldn't take one.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they were tools. Whatever.
Yeah.
Career.
All right. Well, where are we?
That was just random stuff.
How was the week?
Yeah.
How was your week?
Soccer tournament last weekend.
Oh, yeah, that was great, too.
Went well. I was busy. It was hotter than Hades on Sunday. Is that what they say? Hades?
I believe.
Beautiful on Saturday. Good turnout. 162 teams. We didn't have to call the cops this year, so we're already a step ahead from last
Almost.
year. That wasn't so bad, though, when the fight happened.
What fight?
Two dads got in a fight.
Really?
One guy shoved the other one. Not a fight, just shoved the other one, and we had to go talk them down and tell them to stop. They did. Nothing happened after that. Nothing major. It was only them and all the parents. All the other parents very cooperative. Like, yeah, they weren't like,
right.
They weren't like bunch of, like last year was like 5 or 6 different parents screaming at the refs and stuff. And this year was just controlled, nothing crazy. So overall, good tournament, like I said. Besides that, I didn't much but work on tournament stuff this last week, and I finally caught a breath on Tuesday. So
You did a great job.
Hey, yeah, it was cool. It was fun. Good time. It's my last year, so
it was 4-year run?
Yeah, 4 years. I'm retiring from the tournament running game. That was my last year. So
did you tell anybody yet, or are they just going to show up next year and it's going to be like, where's all the fucking fields?
I will.
Did you leave the lockbox in the middle of the soccer field?
There's no nets next year, no lines. What's going on?
Where is he?
Why are there empty beer cans on the table?
Did you pick up all that beer I left?
Yeah, we took it. Yeah,
Okay.
Marco took a bunch home with him.
Good.
Marco said, I'll take it. And we went through a couple of dates where like us, we threw a couple out. We had a Bud Light Orange. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I was wondering.
No, it was good. We drank.
I think I got another one in my fridge.
Took each one of those the last night.
Bud Light Orange.
And
Really?
then we drank
Oh,
Modelo and nothing special. So Sunday night we didn't get pizza or nothing. I was beat. It was so hot. That's like, you don't get pizza. I'm like, I really don't feel like it. He goes, that's fine. I was home. I was probably home by 9:30.
Yeah, I couldn't make it on Sunday. So, worked out because I didn't miss much then.
Yeah. I invited Tim. He didn't come.
I fell asleep.
Did Rick show up on Sunday?
No, just me, Eric, and Marco, and then
Oh,
Vlaco
God.
stopped by for a minute, and then we left.
I'm glad I didn't stay with all those foreigners there.
Jesus.
So it was a good time. Good tournament. It was fun. It was exciting. And
Marco's my third favorite Guatemalan now.
Oh, he's Guatemalan?
yeah, he's Guatemalan. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
That is Cuban.
we thought he was Italian. So
Yeah.
Oh, Marco. Yeah, good.
I mean, the way he looks.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, he looks Italian.
He looks Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, you know.
He must be from like southern Belize and Guatemala.
He must be an angry elf.
He's like, I was living in Belize, but I was born in Guatemala. I'm like, those are two different countries. You don't just, we just, Mom, we're going for a ride.
Yeah, duck.
Bring back Marco.
Yeah, Marco. So good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah.
Let's start with Tim. You can start off like good and ugly. What do you pick the one you want, and what do you want to do? Good, bad, or ugly, Tim?
So many things.
I have a ton, so
Yeah. Well, since we'll do the ugly since Coach Fraud's on the screen right now. So
prime fraud.
yeah, Coach Fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my ugly obviously is Deion Sanders and his reign of fear that he's running at the University of Colorado. So they won't even talk to the local CBS reporter. So I would love to cancel him.
Yeah.
I don't like
Not
cancel.
like unalive him, but just like cancel him. Like,
I don't like canceling everybody.
Right.
I really don't.
They should just.
I think it's just disrespectful. A guy's trying to do his job, asking questions.
Oh, I do too.
And he's
but-
and the whole reason why he's upset because he's being criticized. He was ranked like second to last coach in that conference. You were fucking 4-8 last year. 4-8,
and you won your first 4.
And your defense was a sieve.
Right.
And as of tonight's already shown,
right,
the defense looks no different from last year.
And you might have the best quarterback in college football.
No,
Arguably.
no.
I'm arguing it.
No.
He's not bad.
He's not the best quarterback.
He's
in
going to be the
college
top
football.
pick this year.
Who do you think the best is?
I would take Texas's quarterback room.
Oh, yeah.
The quarterback room.
Yeah.
So we got young Archie, isn't he? In
What's
one of
the guy that's at Ewers.
Quinn Ewers.
Ewers, yeah.
Ewers, right.
Yeah, but Archie's not going to play this year, right? Or is he?
Unless Ewers gets hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
he's a backup.
Ewers is a senior this year.
He's a junior.
But he'll come out.
He might.
He needs to.
He could have came out last year, but he wanted to stay and because
I'm guessing he's
NIL money as well. So I mean, you know,
Archie's gonna waste away down there, man.
where was
he gets to learn too.
Yeah,
he played for.
He only get 1 year because he was eligible last year.
Who?
Archie, right?
He was his freshman year.
But he was eligible, not redshirted.
No, he didn't redshirt.
So he's got only 3 years left. So if he
Right.
stays, he's only be able to start his senior year unless Ewers is terrible, becomes bad, or gets hurt. But I think he's coming out because he's gonna be him and Sanders will be 1-2, I think, in some point next year in the
I
draft.
don't think so.
Either way, it's
I
going
think
to
Sanders is
Archie's
second
going to have
round.
that job next year because if Ewers is bad, he's going to take over.
I agree.
And if he's good, he's going to go to the draft. So.
Right. Yeah. So and then since we haven't been to a couple weeks, I have another one. Cheryl Swoop still being a petty bitch with Caitlin Clark.
I agree.
You know, so Caitlin Clark wins Eastern Conference Player of the Week, and then Swoops announces it and doesn't say anything for 50 seconds. No praise, just announces that she's Eastern Conference Player of the Week. No praise, nothing.
It was dead
silence.
Dead air.
Yep, dead air.
Where was this on?
Her podcast. She has a podcast.
Because they said to talk to about, she probably had a minute or so to talk about it in the time, and she just decided she wasn't going to talk about it.
What the?
I'm telling you, these petty
are we nuts?
Bad people.
No.
Wow.
So
I'm telling we sat here and yelled,
and she's good.
Who?
Caitlin Clark.
Oh yeah.
She just broke another record, most 3-pointers for a rookie.
If Asia Wilson wasn't having the season that she's having right now,
she could be MVP.
She'd be probably
in the top 5. Well, she's going to be probably top 5.
3.
Yeah.
She should be top 5. She would be like top 3.
Well, Angel Reese is going to be have some consideration too because you're 800 double-doubles.
Yeah, she's shooting 13%. Who fucking cares?
Did you? It's crazy. I was watching.
She had like 60 rebounds and 85 misses or something like that, or 45 misses or something.
It was
like
crazy. Half of them are like her misses.
Right.
She's just like blasting off the back brick.
Well, she's never been a good scorer. She was always good around the rim.
She's like Rodman, you know?
Yeah.
She's 6'3", and most of the women are like, ooh.
I mean, she's she plays hard.
Oh, absolutely.
She
plays
crashes
hard.
the
She's a
board.
great defensive player.
She cannot put the ball in the hole.
No. Yeah, I mean, if you
maybe another year of WNBA,
right?
She'll be able to find the hole.
Yeah, and then my last ugly is Pat McAfee insinuating that ESPN told him not to talk about Caitlin Clark anymore.
Yeah.
So,
and she's breaking. Like I said, she just broke the all-time 3-point record for rookies.
But he got a little bit.
He called her a bitch.
He called her a white bitch.
He got. I'm gonna.
They didn't care about the white part.
People will get this. He got kind of trumped there because what he was saying, what he meant with 2 different things.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He was
different
doing
things.
He was doing it like black guys use.
And don't get me wrong. Trump said some stupid stuff. I'm not trying, but it was the same thing. He
It's
was
taken
saying,
out of context.
He was trying to be very, very sarcastic when he said it. Very sarcastic.
He was giving her props. He was just being sarcastic about it.
It's like when black guys say the N-word kind of type thing. He just said that white bitch can play, you know. And
right. I knew what he was.
Yeah,
we all knew,
right? Because we're all sarcastic anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so
and we are like, oh shit, snap,
right?
And we're all racist against white people. So
right.
Yeah.
And Caitlin Clark is still getting the shit kicked out of her, man. Like I've watched the last 3 games of hers, and it's just every game she gets something. Elbow.
You know what I've noticed though, and watching the highlights, is her team is finally figuring out when she gets double teamed, she's giving the ball up.
Oh yeah.
Early in the year, it was like bouncing off. It was like a Family Guy, you know, and they're just bouncing off their heads. And
dude, her in Boston
but
right now.
Now they know how they work together.
Yeah, this high-low pick and roll they got going on, it's unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Well, I just don't understand. I mean,
because it's petty. Because
remember, we were sitting here yelling at Petey,
right?
And I kind of support him a little bit
about changing the rules.
No, I'm not about changing the rules.
That's what I was upset about.
No, not about changing the rules. Is they're that petty and jealous, and they're women. That's just how women are.
I think it's in a way I can understand because she was the best player on the best team in the WNBA for like 6 years. I mean, that Houston Comets team that she was on, probably one of the best teams in WNBA history. And I'm sure she feels like she got no recognition for it.
So why is that Caitlin Clark's fault?
It's not.
Yeah.
But
so again, she's just jealous.
I agree. I'm just saying I don't think it's right, but in a way I can see why. you know, because she toiled in that league, I want to say, for like 15 or 16 years. And you got Caitlin Clark coming in, and all of a sudden you've got all these new fans. It's understandable in a way.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the thing about Caitlin Clark, I mean, with when PD was here, that I will, she's doesn't need to be catered to.
no.
She's surviving just fine. And
Right.
the thing is, I like they didn't cater to it because now she's showing I don't need to. I'm just going to
She's-
keep beating the crap out of
She's
you
a
guys.
tough white bitch
I'm,
now.
I'm going to keep.
Oh, she is. No, she
what I mean.
is.
Yeah,
like,
I
she,
know.
she's giving it back just as much
Yeah,
as she's
yeah.
getting
So
it.
you know what? That's good for her. I'm glad I'm kind of not glad they did it. But good.
Right.
She's over. Well, here's what
They do it to NBA rookies too. Same
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
If you go through the lane, you get pounded.
But-
Anthony
they,
Edwards and
they
them,
threw a wrench in the spokes, and she's overcome that.
Yes,
I
exactly.
mean,
Yep.
and,
yep.
and she's persevered.
Right. But the thing is, I was watching like the Liberty and the Wings game or the Aces and the Wings game. Fucking game. Their game is rough. Like below the rim.
You're right.
Oh, it's
I know
Yeah.
how fouls aren't called. Like,
no.
dude, girls are getting like
Yeah,
smacked.
I guarantee you guys could not survive that game.
Yeah, if you played like the sound of like some games and you hear like that, that'd be an NBA game,
Oh yeah.
not a WNBA
Right.
game. Those girls are tough.
LeBron gets wiped on the nose.
Yeah. LeBron would be on the ground half the game.
Popcorn flying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like I watched. I mean, I haven't watched a lot, but when I have watched, I'm like, wow,
Right.
they're brutal.
They're rough. I like it.
Yeah, it's a little. It's like a 1980s WWF or something.
Oh yeah. It's like 1980s 1980s NBA basketball.
Yeah,
You go to the hoop. If you go to the hoop,
yeah, you're taking a risk.
oh yeah, absolutely.
You better be tough.
right.
I agree.
So that's my ugly.
That was, or we're on uglies.
Yes. Ugly Ed.
My first one's Trey Lance with 5 picks in a preseason game.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett game.
Yeah.
That's like impossible to do almost.
It happened twice in the preseason. Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Stetson Bennett ain't a no first overall pick.
No,
Then let's see, what else do I got there?
I hate to interrupt. Remember we talked
Yeah.
a couple weeks back about like first round draft picks that was on one team and went to another was successful. Jared Goff was the example, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was the one one of them we came up with.
Right.
So I got ex NFL player Gazder Churlis. Did you guys see this one?
No.
So he allegedly urinated on an elderly woman during a plane flight.
Oh, I saw that. I did see this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
he
he
was.
played at BC, right?
I don't know. He's from
He
Massachusetts.
played at PP.
Fuck, I was gonna say fucking.
Pleasant Prairie.
I was gonna say fucking Catholic universities.
Says he emptied his entire bladder for approximately 20 seconds. That's pretty good. 20 seconds. That's like Willie.
That's fucking impressive.
Yeah, Willie. It takes him like 2 minutes to empty his bladder.
2 minutes.
Yeah, but it's like a
Drip.
teaspoon. It says a teaspoon
Drip.
when he's done.
Drip.
Dude, I couldn't figure out. I thought I thought he was looking for balls. We were golfing with him. I thought he was looking for balls. He was draining his balls for 15 minutes in the woods.
Yeah, he's. Yeah, so it was on a Boston to Ireland flight. They had to turn around and fly back. He's claiming, it wasn't his fault, and then he took some medication, and it made it because he was scared to get on the flight. Now, the first thing I'm thinking of, like, I ain't getting on no plane, Hannibal. Give me some of that milk.
I keep thinking about Soul Plane. You ever see that movie?
No.
Oh my god,
Is it good?
no.
No.
The best part is Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's a pilot, and that. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
dude.
Can you imagine being on that flight and like you're going to, like, you've saved up all this time and it's like a dream trip and you're going to fucking Ireland and like, sorry folks, we need to turn around because someone pissed on someone. Like,
Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
Park's closed.
Park's closed.
Someone pissed on one of our
Ireland's closed. Sacre bleu!
Every one of my characters sounds like Foghorn Leghorn, and every language sounds like bad French with him.
Give me another Guinness. Sacre bleu!
My last one I have for the uglies is Hall of Fame wide receiver Marvin Harrison Sr.
Yeah.
added as a defendant in a lawsuit against his son
For
against Fanatics.
they're claiming fraud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a weird story, but
So
I'm trying to figure it out. But they forged some documents And then they claim that it's not his son, it's an LLC owned by his son. So they're not, so they can still, it would almost be like signing a contract with Nike. I don't completely understand because it's like with Fanatics. But what do they do? Is it like for autographs and
for autographs and jerseys and things like that? But I thought if you're under 18, you can't sign a contract.
Yeah.
So how does Fanatics
Fanatics made a non-exclusive agreement with Harrison in April 2023. So that's only a year ago.
Oh, so he was over 18
before entering into a fully binding enforceable contract a month later.
And now he's not honoring it?
Yeah, they're not. So they said it's not an agreement between Fanatics and Harrison Jr. They're claiming, the Harrisons. It was never requested to, nor did I ever sign any documents that personally obligated me to anything in that contract. So what he's saying is, it's my likeness and my LLC, or what do they call them now? They're like,
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Don't they have to sign that contract to be part of the NFL?
Yeah, and the Harrisons are claiming, well, it's not what we.
Yeah, but remember,
we're claiming
you're still going to buy his jerseys. I think still
you can't.
No,
you
still
can't.
Yeah. So those poor people in Phoenix.
I mean, they're gonna lose this case because you can't just say, well, that's my alter ego that signed that thing. You know what I mean? Superman signed that one, not me. I'm Bruce Banner or whatever it is.
I took some medication.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't work for Roseanne.
Nope.
Yeah, no shit.
So yeah, weird story.
Yeah, my ugly is the Bears rookie running back Ian Wheeler was on the cusp of making the team possibly, and then tore his ACL in the last game. And watching Hard Knocks is pretty crazy. But why it's bad, just watching his mom reaction, and after game, his mom hugged for like 40 seconds to a minute. Like she was broken up. I mean, you could tell he was beat up, but they are gonna keep him on the team, IR him, so he'll be around. That's good for him. But just you feel bad because he actually was graduated and was going to go to medical school, but he decided to take a shot at football. So good for him. Came from Howard University. So good story. Cool
That's
story.
at HBC, right?
Yeah, cool story. And
Ayuk signed an extension.
Yeah. 4 years, 120.
Fuck him.
So yeah, that's my ugly. I just feel bad for the guy. I mean, it sucks. He worked hard, and that happens to a lot of guys. But I just watch Hard Knocks. You see that happen. It's crazy. I watch Hard Knocks every year, and I bet that happens at least once a year to a guy. It's crazy.
Oh, it happens all the time.
It's crazy, man. So that's my ugly.
But a lot of them, they claim they have like a designation where they're cut.
Injury settlement.
But
I don't think.
Yeah, but
that's only if you want to get rid of them.
Right.
The Bears are keeping him. So
that's not like an undrafted free agent type thing.
Yeah.
It's like how Corey Dillon had.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
AJ.
actually, yeah.
AJ.
Yeah. So
did I say Corey Dillon?
Yeah. He was good too.
Yeah, he was good too. Yeah. So Tim, you're bad now.
My bad?
Yep.
Oh, the White Sox are too easy. Hey, did you know that Major League Baseball last weekend? You know what weekend it was?
No, Tim, I didn't.
It was Players Weekend.
What?
Players or players?
Players.
Oh, okay.
It's Players Weekend. You know, like they celebrate like the players. They have like special bats.
Yeah, the
cleats.
bats were crazy.
Yeah.
Don't we celebrate them every day?
Did you know?
No.
Yeah. Major League Baseball did not do any advertising for that weekend.
Yeah, and they had like bats that looked like crayons, and it just cool looking.
One looked
shit.
like a closed umbrella.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, this is awesome. I'd love to watch that.
Yes.
But I didn't even get to see it.
The pitcher from Detroit had Scooby-Doo themed cleats. They were
Really?
awesome. Yeah. They look like Mystery Machines and Scooby-Doo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I would have saw some of that.
Yeah, I wish I would have known.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
The bats sound cool.
Yeah.
They were awesome looking too. Whoever painted them.
Right. And then did you know that the WNBA had a game at TD Garden in Boston?
No.
Yeah.
Did not.
Last Saturday, they had like 19,000 people here. First time they had a WNBA game in Boston. Great for the WNBA to advertise that as well.
Is Boston don't have a team?
No. Connecticut Sun
Oh.
claims them as a territory.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Right.
But
So
they play. Where do they play? Connecticut. Where do they play?
They play at
Hartford.
Mohican Sun Casino.
Oh, it's Hartford. It is.
I think so.
It's right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So they were playing at the Celtics. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Ah, good for it.
Yeah.
It's a nice looking stadium. I walked right by it. I
Did you?
didn't go in,
Yeah.
but it's a cool looking stadium right on the river.
Right. And then my last bad is Jay Monahan had his end of year press conference. Still no resolve with the Live Tour. 4 different questions to ask. He avoided them all, basically. So we're still working on it and doing our diligence. So
That's what presidents do.
Yep.
Ignore questions. Ed, you're bad.
Speaking of, did you see Don Lemon do his drive from like New York all the way over to the Democratic convention a couple weeks ago? So he stopped along the way in Pennsylvania, all these swing states. This is Don Lemon. I mean, he's a pretty left-leaning.
Yeah, pretty prominent in media too.
Yeah. He's asking questions, and it's funny. He's like talking back to the studio, and Jen Psaki's there, the old
press secretary.
Yeah, the fake press secretary. She was at least better than the current one, but
she was Trump's press secretary.
No,
right? No,
she was Biden's original.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, right. She didn't last long. Her hair turned red and almost started falling out.
The new one took over. Though.
Yeah,
yeah.
The
Like
black-
he's
the
only,
black girl,
yeah, he's
right?
only had two, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Carrie Jean or Carrie
Yeah,
Jean.
KGP or I think it's
Carrie Jean-Pierre.
Pierre Jean. Yeah,
Pierre
something like
Jean.
the KPJ. Yeah.
Sacre bleu.
Jacques
Spawn?
What's his name? Jason Pierre-Paul.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
JPP.
Who?
It's his sister.
Hey, tough Ed. Hey.
Yeah, so they're going across like Pennsylvania, Ohio, all these swing states. And he goes back to the studio and she's like, so what kind of sentiment are you getting? Well, most of the people don't even know who she is. And he said that. Don Lemon.
Who is Kamala Harris?
They didn't know who
Or
Kamala Harris was.
Kamala.
Well, I don't know what it. I'm not.
Looks
wait.
like Kamala.
So yeah, so he this is a left-leaning guy, and he goes, well, most of the people I asked in Pennsylvania and Ohio didn't know who she was.
Huh.
But she's winning big.
Well,
it's like, okay. But yeah, just when you said that, kind of remind me. Where are we at on this?
You're bad.
Oh, my bad. The ballpark in League of Their Own burned down. It was a historic ballpark.
Yeah.
I think it's from like the teens or 20s or something. It was old.
Right. League of Their Own.
And it was in another movie too.
Babe Ruth story? No. Yeah.
Could be. It's one of those.
Yeah. League of Their Own. There was 3 movies that were filmed there.
Yeah.
And I thought Babe Ruth story was one. I saw the
And it was
article.
some bums were living in there and they started on fire and it's all wood. And
where was it?
It's somewhere in California.
Okay.
I can look it up.
It was deemed like a national.
Yeah, it's a historic.
Yeah, like how Wrigley is.
Oh, okay.
Ontario, California. So I think that's LA. Ontario's right outside.
Yeah,
LA.
Ontario's an airport right there.
Yeah, the airport.
Ontario.
It's by John
It's
Wayne.
called Ontario. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a racetrack there too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
NASCAR,
Yeah. Yep. You're right. Yeah.
It doesn't
How
say
about
what year it was, but it was old. So
Yeah.
Okay.
it's kind of sad, because we've all seen it.
Right.
And then let's see what other bit.
The Natural was filmed there too.
No, that was in Buffalo, if I remember right. It was like a AAA park in Buffalo or something.
In Buffalo.
The Colts. Did you guys see this one? They released 3 players from their 2024 draft.
Really?
Out of their cuts. So this year's draft, they cut 3 of the guys they drafted. And so 1/3, they drafted 9 guys, they cut 3 of them. And that's not a great team. So I mean,
They're not good enough. They're not good enough.
Yeah, I mean, I rather have a team do that than keep a guy around because they think they got to keep him.
Right.
Cut your losses. It is what it is.
right,
I mean,
but yeah, so
that's crazy. Yeah.
So let's see, a 5th round, a 6th rounder, and a 7th rounder. But it's nothing new for the Colts. Last year, they released a 5th round cornerback and I think they've done they did like 2 or 3 last year too. So it's kind of weird. You're wasting draft. I mean, they tell you how sacred these draft picks are, and they're just like dumping them after.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. Some guys are just, it's like, oh, we made a mistake, but
yeah,
seems like quite a few for the Colts. They're not doing a great job drafting. Anything else I got? No, that's it for my bads.
My bad is LeBron telling us the world that Bronny can't call him dad.
Yeah, what?
That Bronny was told by LeBron, you can't call me dad at practice.
So it's called Papa?
Papa.
Boom. So I just thought nobody cares, and
No.
why would we care? So,
But LeBron held a press conference for him.
yeah, held a press conference, made a decision. That was the decision. My kid can't call me dad anymore because I'm not sure if I'm his dad. Anyway, you're up, Tim.
Jesus.
You're up, Tim. You're good.
My good?
Yep.
And he might have just.
And
tripped
I'm
my-
probably gonna. I don't know how this is gonna come off because I was criticizing him all the beginning of the year. PCA.
Okay.
Oh, I like the switch.
Yeah.
I agree.
So his last 10 games, 371 average, 13 hits, 2 home runs, 9 RBI, 10 runs scored. Unreal stretch that he's had.
Yep.
So
He had 4 hits yesterday.
Yeah, I'm hope. Yeah,
The miser's on fire.
Miser's on fire. That's right.
Sometimes it just takes.
Right.
It all of a sudden it just clicks for these guys, and we've seen it with almost. I mean, you can go down the line. I mean, from Trout to almost everyone. Nobody comes into the league and just kills it.
Right. And
who's the Gunner? Did Gunner struggle last year? Or was it?
He came up this year and
This
sent
year
back
they-
down.
No,
sent
that's
back
that
down.
was.
Oh no, the other
That's
guy.
Holiday, Jackson Holiday.
Jackson Holiday. Yeah.
But it happened. I mean, I remember Machado got sent back down and he struggled.
Yeah. Trout struggled when he came
And-
up to you.
And
so-
right now, Torkelson's doing the same thing for Detroit. He's played a couple years. He was a huge pick. And it seems all of a sudden he's just starting to get it right now.
Right.
You know, and it's great to watch.
I'm not expecting him to hit 371 like.
Oh, he's been hitting like 450 over the last like
So-
week.
Right. So what would be an acceptable like? Does this? We can move on to this later. Like I'll ask questions about. Do you hope that Belly opts out? We don't resign him, save that money, and go do something else with it. You know.
I think he will opt out.
Yeah, he's going to get more anyway.
So Boris can fuck up his free agency again,
like he did Jordan Montgomery's.
Right.
And I like Bellinger, but there's probably a better free agent out there you could sign and just spend money on somebody.
Yeah, but I mean, he backs up at first base and he can play all 3 outfield spots.
He's great defensively,
But he's not hitting. I mean,
No.
he's hitting okay this year. And
Who's their guy
he-
you're afraid to face? Exactly. Suzuki's their best hitter.
yeah,
Right.
Suzuki is their best hitter.
Yeah.
Hitter. But I
yeah,
can't
when he's on
think-
fire, when he's on fire, he's on fire.
I mean, Bellinger by name is someone you don't want to face, but right now he's not.
Nobody's afraid. He's more of a
Swanson's.
He's turned into a slap hitter.
No, yeah, nobody want. I mean, that's.
I think
the
it's
thing.
turn around.
I think you got to have a guy that, like you said, that you have to work around
Right.
in your lineup that you can't. So
I love having PCA, Nico. Those guys, they make it tough on the pitcher, man. PCA's on first base, just walking leads.
Right.
He's taking a tertiary lead. You know, he's halfway to second by the time the pitcher starts his his motion.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then my other good is with the addition of Braden Narverson, which is the kicker that they claim from the Titans. 20 straight years the Packers have had an undrafted free agent on their roster.
Yeah. This one has an asterisk, but yeah.
Still undrafted free agent. Pretty impressive. Is it?
I mean, it's good finding, diamonds in the rough, or what is that what they say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I got a Babe Ruth jersey from the Called Shot game. Confirmed, and they $24 million it sold for at an auction.
what?
Yeah.
$24 million. That's a billionaire buying that.
Was that I was going to ask if it was David Wells.
He's not a billionaire. $24 million is a lot even for a millionaire.
You know the David Wells Babe Ruth story, right?
Yeah, he wore his hat.
Yeah. And I was told to take it off because it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
He borrowed it from Cooperstown.
It was
or
his
something.
hat. No, he bought the hat.
Oh, is that what it
Yeah.
was?
They told him to take it off.
Yankee Stadium. He's wearing Babe Ruth's hat to pitch.
You got to take it off.
I love David Wells.
So do I.
Oh,
speaking of good,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Did you watch the Maddox?
Not yet.
It's
No.
really good.
Everybody's saying it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like his retention and his retention of hitters and stuff. Like 3 months ago, because we were talking like an Eddie Perez story of forgot who it was. Like someone fucking crushed a fastball off of him or something like that, and he remembered it 3 months later, and Perez giving him a piece no, threw him a pitch and got him out. It was awesome. So
Maddox is he's kind of like
so
Peyton Manning, where those guys just know everything that's going on at
Right.
all times. And
Yeah.
Rod Crew became a U.S. citizen finally at 78 years old.
nice.
He's Panamanian.
Okay.
and he's been living in the United States since like the
Jewish too, right?
60s. Yeah, he's Jewish too. Which what's funny is when I was in Panama, I never even thought about it. There were so many Jewish people, and I'm like, what the hell?
Who taught you it was Jewish?
It's in an Adam Sandler
Adam
song.
Sandler
Yeah.
taught you in Hanukkah song.
Rod Carew.
And Rod Carew.
Yeah. Guy hit 388. I want to say it was 19. Hopple, correct me, but I want to say it was 78 or 77.
Mhm.
Hit 388. And then a couple years later, Brett hit 390.
Right. Unsung.
O.J.
Yeah.
Simpson.
He didn't hit the home runs. And
Not a Jew.
Not a Jew.
Not a Jew.
Sandler was on Bill Simon's podcast.
Was he?
Yeah.
His Netflix special is on. That's the concert
Yeah.
I saw last year. It's pretty decent.
What's the movie he's making right now?
It's a space movie he's got
No,
out.
he's going to be he's a fat guy or something. Wow, it's a remake.
They were talking. It's
Billy
Simpsons, but I
Madison?
think it's
Simpsons.
I think it's AI though. I don't know if it's true the story, but it
Yeah.
looked cool because it's him and
No.
Kristen Wiig and
Yeah, they're doing Billy or what's that?
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah, 2 for sure.
Yeah.
I saw that. The AI, it looked AI-ish to me,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they keep talking about it. It looked kind of funny. I mean, decent.
Right. I can't even imagine a Simpsons live action.
Yeah.
If they do that, do a Family Guy live action?
Oh, that'd be better.
They already did the
68.
one with Family Guy and Simpsons crossover, and isn't there one where they? I think it's a Simpsons where they go into like the real world, and it's just weird looking.
Yeah, weren't they Legos or something like that?
They've done that, yeah.
Yeah.
Simpsons done everything.
Yeah.
My best good, my good.
Your goodest.
Oh, I like that. The goodest, the baddest, and the ugliest. The Florida Little League World Series champions beat the Taiwan team in Little League fashion. They got they were down 1-0 in the 5th, scored a run, went to the 8th.
And a PCA bunt.
A walk-off error on a sack bunt. So there's a guy on second. I don't even know how he got to second. Was it a double?
I think so.
So he's on second. They go to sack him over to third. Pitcher picks up the ball, turns, throws the first.
Nobody there.
Nobody there.
Yeah.
Just goes right in the right
God
field.
damn, I can't even imagine.
He
They're
was going to
probably
score eventually anyway.
They're probably like, fuck, there goes a Nike factory.
Wow.
LeBron's not calling anymore.
No.
Don't call me Papa.
Yeah, so
Now I got to go make hokas.
but that is Little League fashion.
Yeah.
Winning on a sacrifice bunt error.
Yeah.
That's Little League. There's 2 pinnacles in kids. Little League World Series is way up because it's awesome. It's a different game.
Right.
Then you got about the next one is 16-year-old because everybody after that is playing on these big traveling teams or goes like to these. The real good guys end up in camps and
Right.
they're like Bryant and Bryce Harper
Chipper
end up in
Jones.
these. Yeah, I played with Chipper in a camp.
Yeah.
We weren't in the same level.
Yeah.
But they end up on these separate teams now. They separate them out. So about 16 is about the real pinnacle where guys are throwing 85 miles an hour and it's like real baseball. And then it breaks all up after
Right.
that. And that's college or, the pros. But Little League is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, what's yours?
My good is the Cubs that won 9 out of 12. They're on their way to missing the playoffs by 3 games.
Hey, as long as you get the 86 fucking wins, I don't care.
That's your bet, right?
Yeah.
What are they at right now?
71, 72.
That was like 68. Had to burst your bubble.
They're at 68.
68 and 66, I think they are now.
Yeah.
2 over. Damn.
But I mean, there's still a chance. And my other
You saying there's a chance?
What was your number?
I think it's 86.
Yikes. Gotta get
Let me look.
Gotta get hot as Hades.
That's a hell of a run there.
Yeah, that's gonna be how many games are left?
20 something.
We went through this last week, 2 weeks ago.
So if there's, I think there, let's see if I can find it here.
68 and 66. 14.
So that's 134.
162 is 8.
28 games left.
27, and they need to win 18 more games to get there. So they got to go 18 and 9.
9 or 10.
Or,
yeah.
or 19 and 8 to
Yeah.
get it. Which is
It's possible.
That's not impossible. If they go 19 and 8, they make the playoffs, I bet. That record might give them the playoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They're playing well.
Yeah, they're hitting the ball.
If they could have, just think if they would have got 5 of those saves that they blew those first 21 or whatever, just 5 of them,
And I brought
they would
something
be
else, too.
right there.
If they weren't so attached, and I get it, people are like, well, they have nobody else. If they weren't so attached to freaking, and I love the guy, but he's done. Kyle Hendricks for the all year. That might be 4 or 5 wins hanging out. Because what's the difference? They threw another guy out there and he lost.
Right.
What's the difference? So
Yeah.
they could have 4
Hendricks war is like -4.
I thought they were done. They were going for
like the Japanese.
Cost them 4.
I thought they were done for the sweep because they're going for the sweep against the Pirates, and I'm like, oh sweet, turn on the game. Hendricks is pitching. I'm like, we're fucking done.
It's a funny story about that.
Great game last
I had to
night.
drive up and drop off some stuff from that tournament, the pretzel thing. And I drove up yesterday afternoon. I had to take it up yesterday because I had to get it back. So I'm driving up listening to the game, and I get out of the car, get back to work because I ran real quick. Get back to work about, 1:30 or whatever. And the game, they were down 10-3. And just as I was getting back to work, they made it 10-5. I'm like, in the 7th, I'm like, they're done.
Well, yeah, I had Skeens going in a game.
I get back in the car, literally to leave work, and it goes, Pat Hughes goes, and that's the out, and the Cubs win 14-10. I'm like, what happened? And then I had to look it up, and it was incredible. So, yes, Tim?
I need 85 wins. It's 84.5.
Oh, 85. Then you only need to go.
Oh, so you're going to win 18.
18 and 10. 18 and 9.
9,
yeah. Well, that's way easier.
Okay.
Well, that's going.
They're hot.
That's 500, right?
The boy's hot.
They got to go 500 on the way out, right? 18 and 9. No, they got to go 2 out of 3 the rest.
They got
of
to
the
go
way.
7.
They
Yeah,
gotta go 2 out of 3.
670.
Yeah,
pretty much
2 out of 3 the rest of the way out.
It's not unheard of.
No,
I mean,
and they got. I mean, this week is going to be a tough test. If they get half those games this week, they're fine. But after that,
if Javi Baez gets hot again, man, they could close it out.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
say Javi Baez.
Hope Bryant gets back from the IL.
Oh, Master Bodie can come up and be a.
You said Boney.
I thought he said Bodie. Master Bodie.
Bodie's back at AAA.
Back again, yeah.
And my other's good as like I said earlier, NFL's back.
It is back.
So let's talk about why we decided to do this tonight. A little bit fantasy preview. We really don't have a structure. Let's throw some questions out to you guys. You guys can answer them. Who is if you had number 1 pick in the draft,
which I do,
which we do, me and Timmy,
and I did yesterday. Who are you taking, and who are you taking? And just say who you're taking. You guys can argue about the draft, and you have to do it. But who you think, Tim? Who you're taking? And a point per catch league. We'll just go, point per catch.
Point per catch, 1 quarterback and 1 flex.
Yeah, 1 flex, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and a tight end. That kind of league we're talking about. That's what we'll go over. And if you have any questions, you're out there, if you're listening or whatever, text us or throw us a question on the thing. We can maybe answer it for you if you're in a quandary.
So me and Timmy are arguing right now because we have the first pick.
We're not arguing, we're discussing.
Who would you take, Tim?
He brought up Bryce Hall.
Yep.
And I like CMB or CMC.
Oh, yeah, I thought CMB was somebody new, but
So who did you take in your draft?
I took CMC, but I took him. I wasn't happy I took him after I did it.
See, my problem with him is I think I'm the same thing as you. Is he's had 2 pretty good years in a row.
Right.
What is he now? 30.
Well, last year they said stats as he was like not even, he was like
he
top
had good,
7 running back.
He had good rushing.
And he was taking
yards.
number 1 by a bunch of people. He wasn't even the best running back last
Who
year.
was the best running back last year?
Stats
wise,
it's going to be Mostert.
Could be Mostert because he had led league in touchdowns.
Yeah, like 20 some
I
touchdowns
think
or
he had
something.
18 or 19.
yeah. Did he catch passes though? I mean, like,
Yeah. Well,
Well, let's see if I
probably
can
shove his
find.
stuff up. Fantasy.
this is the first time we're playing fantasy football in like 10 years. So
Let's see who has the. I can find it real quick. I'm almost on it here. So McCaffrey was the high score, tied with CD Lamb within 0.1 point.
Oh, so he was.
So it was McCaffrey, Lamb, then Tyreek, Amon-Ra, Breece Hall, AJ Brown, Travis Etienne, and then a Chicago Bear. What do you think it is?
DJ Moore.
Keenan Allen.
Oh, no. I thought you meant last year.
This is last year. And then DJ Moore was right. So those two were almost 309 and 305. Keenan had he had that 153 or 57 point game. It was something crazy.
Yeah. So your list must be. Oh no, that's not everybody. Let's do all offense. Yeah, okay. Make sure we're on the same page. Yeah. Actually, and the highest scoring player last year though was.
Yeah, it's gonna be Josh Allen. I'm guessing.
He was 2.
Okay.
Tyreek Hill.
Nope. Meh.
The goat?
Mahomes?
I made a lamb sound.
Mahomes?
It's supposed to be a lamb.
The kid?
Sorry.
Mine says Josh Allen
CeeDee
on
Lamb.
here.
CeeDee Lamb?
You sure you got 23 in there?
Yeah.
You probably got the projections.
No, 403. CeeDee Lamb.
I got it.
Go 03?
And it might be, I don't know. Josh Allen's, what's Josh Allen on yours? What score?
528.
This must be a different fantasy scoring. NFL. They got him at 392.
Yeah, because I'm on CBS Sports
Yeah,
Line.
yeah.
So I'm going to actual.
But CeeDee Lamb was, I think they
He's
said, the
out there.
highest position player last year out of anybody. I think
So
that's
on,
who it was.
on this of using this doesn't have the long passes, that add points. Allen, Prescott, and then McCaffrey, Lamb, then Hurts and Jackson.
So you would take, you want Breece Hall, you said?
I think I want Breece Hall. I don't know. We'll talk about it. I don't think McCaffrey.
Wait, is
State
is
healthy.
Williams back for the 49ers? Are their team intact? Isn't Williams
Trent
holding
is
up?
not signed yet, Williams. He is not signed yet. They just signed Brandon Ayuk. If you heard earlier, he signed 4 for 120 today. He is
Yeah, see,
back.
that worries me. I'm gonna have to go with that. I'll probably say Breece Hall.
I think it's not going to hurt us. I don't think.
No,
he was a monster.
because
I
it
mean,
worries me that if Trent Williams doesn't come back for like 4 weeks, like
Or he does come back and he's not in
Right.
shape and
Right.
he's a little off.
he gets hurt.
First couple weeks, or pulls a hammy or pulls a
Do
quad.
you think McCaffrey can go another year without being injured?
No,
I
Well,
don't
he-
either.
I think he missed games last year. Does it say games played on this?
he didn't miss
Oh.
games last year.
Not many though.
No, he played 16, so he missed one, which was probably last game of the year when they had it wrapped up. So he played every game.
And Breeze, I mean, he had a little bit rougher time at the beginning. He had one really big game.
But he was coming off an ACL too.
Right. Exactly. And
Yeah.
so here's his last 5 games. Scoring like we're talking 31.6, 2.8, 51.1, 32.6, and 36. So he had 4 out of his last games were 4 of his last 5 were over
With
30 points.
Crap quarterbacks.
And now it's the only thing I like.
Yeah.
I like Breece Hall a ton. I like Bijan Robinson probably not the most, but I like Breece Hall a lot. And obviously they both have quarterbacks that are going to be part of the with Kirk Cousins and with Aaron Rodgers, going to change Breece Hall a little bit, but it could benefit Breece Hall in catching the ball. And also sometimes it's okay to take a couple plays off and you not off, but you're not going to have to handle the ball 30 times because our quarterback sucks.
is Cousins starting the season?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Oh, is he going to make it?
He's been in camp and
Really?
stuff. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Well, I forgot to go back. That was going to be my ugly or bad before I talked about it. My bad is the Atlanta Falcons not playing
Penix?
Michael Penix in the last preseason games.
Right.
Not one snap.
Nope.
I mean,
He's too good.
What does it hurt?
He's too good.
What does it hurt to throw him out there
Too
for
good.
a half?
Too good.
Because if he does get injured, you're not going to start him this year anyway.
Right. As Mike Lombardi says, the Super Bowl winning Atlanta Falcons.
But you know what I'm saying, though? I mean, it's just
I
weird.
know exactly what you're saying.
I mean, I get it, you're starter, but I get he didn't play because it's weird. I mean, he doesn't play at all. Like, not even a series. I'm like, what?
Why would you want your future to have as many reps as possible so he gets used to game action so that in case your 38-year-old quarterback blows the other
gets
Achilles.
hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm sorry to go back to that.
Right.
But so you like, okay, so
I mean, over I'm over wide receivers right now in a PP point per catch league. We don't there's not one receiver that really stands. The only one would be CD Lamb.
CD Lamb hands down.
Because he's the only guy.
Well,
and he's got a quarterback that can get the ball to him.
I think Lamb and Hill's going to be in there because Hill just explosiveness and the way.
But there's a lot of mouths to feed there.
Yeah, I mean, but he still got his numbers
know.
last year. Still top 10 last year.
What about
5.
Rashee Rice?
Rice is a quiet sleeper, but I'm worried about him. He's
They won't.
got his trial going on.
They
They
won't.
say they won't, but
Right.
who knows? They're waiting for his trial to go through.
But you got Jay Jettas, who is Justin Jefferson.
Jefferson
I
is probably
figured
my
out.
third favorite just because of the offense now. Sam Darnold, yes, he's going to get the ball, but is he going to give him to him consistently?
Who's
Right.
the receiver in Cincy?
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase,
I think
again.
to me, he moves ahead of Justin Jefferson. Just a little bit.
They're close.
If Justin Jefferson had Kirk Cousins still, Kirk Cousins might be number 1 to me.
So
I mean, honestly, he could be. And I'm not, trust me, Justin Jefferson's going to be in the conversation, but I'm just not a fan of his.
So CD Lamb's rated as number 1 receiver here. Tyreek Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra is going to get a lot of catches. He might be the
But
most targeted guy. of those
Jamison
guys.
Williams is going to have. I don't know if he's going to take him.
I'm not real worried
But
about Jameson
now,
Williams.
no.
I think he's because
He's going to be the number 2 guy
I think
now.
Laporta is. Well, they just signed somebody. The Lions just signed a guy that got
Tim Patrick.
Yep, Patrick, and he's going to jump in too.
From Broncos.
Yeah, and I think he may be number 2.
That's going to be a sneaky signing for
Tim
them.
Patrick's good.
Yeah.
He just didn't get. I mean, he's good.
So we got AJ Brown, another guy.
Yeah.
I don't like.
I'm in another draft where I'm going to be drafting. I think right after you, it's like at 7 or 8
When is that?
in Benny's draft.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking at it's going to be Chase, Jefferson, or AJ Brown where I'm sitting.
Chase.
It's got to be in
Or
that.
Jefferson.
I'm going to get
over AJ Brown.
I'm going to get one of those guys.
Yeah.
And AJ Brown's got Devonta Smith too, who has some big games and just because they, you can't do much.
Right.
You can't stop both of them.
And the tush push.
Then who would be the next receiver after that? After that group,
Puka.
Yeah, I think Puka's a second tier guy, just off the first tier, maybe.
I don't know why Puka's not on here, but he should be.
Puka was 10 on my list.
What about Adams?
Adams, because he gets targets. He's gonna get tons of targets.
And he's gonna fight. And I kept him in a league at high value, $39. But he's the guy, and he's gonna fight for those targets. You got Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr.
I like Garrett Wilson. If Rodgers stays healthy, I think Garrett Wilson sneaks in the top 5 receivers.
You know what's going to help Adams and it's going to sound funny in Vegas is Bowers. Like they've been moving Bowers all over the place.
Yeah, he's like a white check,
right?
Almost H-back type thing, backfield. He did it in college too.
So
yeah, Garrett Wilson's a guy that's he's not a sleeper because he's not. People are picking him in the first round, always second, but he could be a guy that could number wise be close to the top of receivers by the end of the year.
Right.
Just because they are also the targets. There's not a lot of target share there. It's just him, right? Target.
Yeah,
I mean, the tight end is what's his name, but they have besides Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, their receiver is Mike Williams is there now.
Yeah.
But still, I think Garrett Wilson is the guy, and he has a quarterback that's going to find him. It's not like you're Justin Jefferson with Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? I like Garrett Wilson. That's a good call. Garrett Wilson I like a lot. And I loved him last year.
Yeah.
I drafted him high as my first receiver, and it just screwed me over because
Scott talked me into it in the Door County League, and I drafted him high.
But it wasn't. Well, he got hurt. I mean,
it's an excuse.
He still was top 20 with no quarterback.
He was pretty good.
Yeah, he was solid. Was he worth that pick? I don't know about that, but
Olavi's another one that's on. He's on an island by himself.
Yeah. Well, they have the one kid too there. That had a good year last year. Rashid.
What about Adam Rashid or
receivers? He came on strong at the end of the year. He was hurt. Played like the last. Oh, how about Nico Collins too? We're forgetting.
Right.
I like Nico.
Although Diggs being there, and you got Tank Dell. That's a lot of guys.
I think Diggs is on the downswing.
I think Diggs will get cut.
No,
I do.
Cut?
No,
he ain't getting cut.
No way.
He just.
What about Mike Evans?
It's Shaheed.
Evans,
Ryan Shaheed.
Yeah.
Rashid
Shaheed.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Rashid Salid.
He's the other guy. He came on at the end of the year decent. Yeah. But I mean, I still would take Olavi over him. How about if we're looking at we talked about how about tight ends? Tight ends. Obviously, I think the Kelsey thing. I said this the other night, and I was talking to some guys, and I said, "Man, Kelsey is." I was saying here we were doing our dynasty draft. Kelsey's come because that guy now. Would you take him as a first tight end if you're going to take one? Yeah, most likely.
Kittles,
but he's starting to worry me now.
Yeah,
I take Laporta over him now.
Actually, I might take Laporta's up there, and I took him in the draft the other day.
Andrews,
Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
He had 100 and some targets last year, like 140 targets.
He's their offense.
Yeah, and he had 2 good years there.
Yep.
And Doug Peterson loves tight ends.
Yep.
Just like Tim does.
Giggity.
Who's this Doug Peterson guy? You ever heard that story?
Yeah, no.
Who the fuck's Doug Peterson?
Who the fuck's Doug Peterson?
Right. 3 guys.
Yeah. There was something about measuring penises or something.
Yeah.
I got the smallest penis ever.
Yeah. Who the fuck is Doug Peterson?
All I got to say is he likes tight ends, and he was a high school coach before he got the NFL.
Oh.
Easy. It's not Kenosha.
But so Evan Ingram, and Florida I like a lot. Laporta I like a lot. Evan Ingram. Kittle sucks because he'll have like a great game, then a crappy game fantasy wise. He might be the best tight end in football just because what he does block.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think he's without question the best tight end.
If I'm building an NFL team and my tight end, I got to take a tight end. I would take Kittle. I think over any tight end in the NFL. Just watching him the way he hits, the way he is. I don't know. He's a beast.
The best blocker. He's picks the team up.
He don't whine about getting the ball. And I don't think Kelsey does. I don't think they whine, but he don't whine about getting the ball. He doesn't have to get fed. He's just part of the team.
Have you seen the Peyton Manning thing yet? Where they were like, if you could pick one, I forget what show it was on, and if you could pick one guy at each position to
One
start.
receiver, one tight end. He goes, well, first of all, I'd call him audible. Two tight ends.
He goes, I'm taking Kelsey and Kittle. He goes, because they can't cover both of them.
Yeah.
And he goes out and he goes, so now they can't cover them. So they're going to they can't cover them with linebackers. So they got to bring safeties up to try and cover them. Well, safety can't tackle those guys. Now it's going to open up the run game because there's going to be a big hole. Peyton Manning's awesome.
Yeah.
When he just starts describing, he's got this whole scenario.
A
figured out.
receiver we didn't talk about is Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
I think he's
system.
Yeah, but he's gonna get his.
He's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, if he doesn't get hurt, I took him in a draft, so I'm hoping he get his. But I think he'll be okay.
I think Komet's gonna have a good year. I think he's gonna be like their safety valve for Williams.
Yeah,
both of those Bears. I like both of those Bears.
I like him as NFL playing in the NFL tight ends. I don't like him as fantasy tight ends.
Yeah,
Komet, who's the guy they got from San Diego too? Everett's another guy.
He's a good block. He's another type.
He's
Kittle type guy. He does everything.
I think Komet, it would be good if you just say I'm gonna go strong on receivers and running backs, and I'm gonna get my tight end like near the end. I'll take Komet there, but I'm not taking him as.
Last year we were at a game, man. He got wide open a couple.
Yeah,
of times.
he's a good player. He's not bad. Obviously, he's a good tight end. It's just their offense is so. They got a lot of guys. I mean, that's a lot of different people there. And the guy too, DJ Moore's a guy that I think people can sleep on. I think he's always had his numbers no matter who's around.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And Keenan's on obviously on his down swing. Hopefully he has a good year this year. It's probably going to be one of his last big years. Probably.
And actually, I think DJ Moore's best year was last year in his career.
It was
his best year he's ever had, which he's had a good career.
So I think we talked about this the other day. I mean, if Caleb Williams fails now, it's going to be on him pretty much. You can't blame it on the general manager or the coaches not getting him the weapons. He's got everything there for him.
But you need to temper expectations.
I agree.
He's not going to come in and be C.J. Stroud, because
Maybe he is.
Why not?
Their offensive line's not as good as Houston's.
Doesn't matter. If you got those weapons, it's going to help your offensive line. It does matter
because you have to have time to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And run the ball.
I just think he's got actually everything in place pretty much. Maybe like the offensive line could be a little better, which Justin Fields didn't have.
Right.
There was no confidence. Now you got, I like what they're doing. You went out and you got the guy, you got people around him. See what he can do in the next 2 years.
Yeah. Are you guys hanging a banner for the undefeated preseason?
No. I don't do that. Why do you ask me stupid questions? Seriously, I'm not that guy.
That's awesome.
First time
somebody else was too. That was
did you hear
a shit team.
Did you hear the greatest speech made though by you have to look it up. Hard Knocks.
Yeah,
Austin Reed.
Austin Reed. Yeah,
that was incredible. He goes in you have to look it up.
I saw
it. It was pretty funny. It was comical. All the linemen are cracking up. And he's doing it.
Right.
So it's like. You had he says something like, oh, there was the so-and-so, he names a great team. Then he goes, another great team. Then he says, there was 85 Bears. We'll never forget 2024 preseason Bears. He said in the huddle. And all the guys, he's laughing. It's just crazy. They're just a fucking joke because every whole game was over.
Yeah, loosening everybody up.
Yeah. The whole reason why I come up with the preseason championship is just for the fact that all these Packer fans are all up in arms because Dylan's on, season-ending IR. Like, you really think they're going to bring him back and then put him on IR to sit him out for the year? Like, dude's hurt.
Yeah,
he's out. Yeah, he's hurt. Yeah,
right.
That's weird though. They didn't pick up a back, which was strange to me. They're really thin on running back.
I think they were.
Josh Jacobs, Lloyd's out for the first 6 weeks, right? For sure.
No,
he's back.
He's on the active roster.
Yeah.
It's Wilson. No, it's
the rookie.
Yeah,
he's IR, I think.
No, I don't think so. They put another guy on.
Okay, maybe he came off then. Yeah, I thought he
questionable
was
for week 1.
Oh, so he's not. Okay,
it's a hammy.
I think they wanted Perrine, and he signed with
KC.
Dude,
they keep getting richer.
Yeah.
Well, why couldn't the Packers get him? It's just weird.
Yeah, I know.
Well, he might have won.
Like you're guaranteed to be going to the AFC Championship game if you're KC.
Yeah,
right?
And it could be the money too. Who knows what he was offered?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Right.
The Packers always go in it seems like they're always shorthanded going into the season on running backs.
Actually, I think it goes off last season. Didn't the KC they didn't win the division last year, did they? Their record wasn't.
No, they won because Denver, San Diego, no way, and Raiders. No, they're better than all three of them.
Okay,
they did win the division. Yeah, because they played at home. They would have been the away team, but they ended up getting AFC Championship ended up at home for them.
Okay.
Oh no,
They were on the road.
They had to go to Buffalo and win a game. Then they went back home for the last game because the other team was upset. I think because they were the 3 seed. I think.
Okay.
If I'm correct, because it was Buffalo. I don't know. I can't remember, but you're right. They did play a road game, and maybe the Packers were.
They played the first.
Was it a waiver though? Are those waivers the cuts like that?
I think so.
Or you can't. I thought you just pick, when they get cut, it's free game.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not like baseball.
Okay.
I think you get cut because the team has to wait for like a day or 24 or 48 hours to put them on the
practice.
So
squad.
maybe because I don't know, like a guy like Perine, I wonder what kind of. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're. I don't know.
See, Davin Cook signed with the Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys. Yeah. I mean,
Jerry Jones stepping up. He's all in.
Another team that just wait. I mean, I don't know. Ooh. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, he hit him in the butt.
Ooh, the fanny. So
this Buffalo game's getting crazy. The Colorado Buffs
and the Bison.
So how about if you're looking at a quarterback this year, which not like I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a quarterback guy right away.
No.
I think you can wait and get anybody. Really, not anybody, but
yeah. I mean, obviously Josh Allen and Mahomes go right away.
Right. I think Jordan Love is with his receivers and his tight ends. I think he's a guy to target. Like
late, like after 6 or 7 guys go.
Yeah, who'd be my like? So I was gonna ask you guys. Like, I've seen different drafting philosophies where it's like your first 3 picks are running backs or your first 3 picks are wide receivers. Have you ever done that in a draft, or like do you just wait to see what the board comes to you? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Last night I was in a 3 receiver league and I took 3 receivers right off the bat.
Okay.
Just because it's a 3 receiver league, and the 1 year because running backs, and I ended up with I think I ended up with Zamir White as a back, and I ended up with somebody else, but they're both starters and they're both guys that have their jobs. Their jobs are theirs. There's no split chance.
They're number ones.
They're number ones.
Right.
Zamir White's a quiet guy. I mean, I can't believe I was like, oh, he's still there. So
Who's he played for?
Raiders. And
okay,
he was good last year. He was solid doing, and I mean, they was okay getting rid of Jacobs because obviously money wise, I understand why they did it. But not that I don't think he's better than Jacobs, but he played well when he had to play, and he got carries last year with him. So I mean. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I like just watching the board. I still think you got to feel your running backs and your running backs and your receivers. But I always think there's that spot in the draft when you get to a spot where it's like, okay, because remember you got a tight end too,
right?
And you can get a Kelsey or Laporta. You got to go look and go, okay, is this receiver running back going to be better than Laporta in the long run?
Right.
And then you take them. But sometimes those guys go right away, and you always have guys, and that's the problem with drafting in areas in different regions. Jordan Love ain't going to last in the 5th round.
Right.
No, someone's going to take him.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers was going in the 4th, 3rd round in his last 3 years, and he was good, but he wasn't a 4th round fantasy quarterback.
Right.
He was a good NFL quarterback. Most teams would take him, but he wasn't putting up these numbers that were fantasy worthy like Josh Allen. I mean, because they were a little more balanced around and ran the ball more. You know what I'm saying?
He's actually rated behind Sam Darnold.
Who is?
Jordan Love?
Rodgers.
Oh, Rodgers. Well, I would not.
Behind Geno, Stafford, Mayfield.
I'd rather have Stafford than
Deshaun Watson.
I'd rather have Stafford than Rodgers, to be honest.
I just think Rodgers just isn't a player with a chip on his shoulder.
In the league, I looked up those numbers. That's that Benny's league, so they give you points for long touchdowns.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Okay,
they're higher. That's
I'm on NFL.
I just noticed.
I'm on NFL.com. NFL's does the real stingy scoring too.
Yeah,
it's very basic.
So it's pretty close. I mean, but you're going to have a guy like Tyreek or whatever that gets 70-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
His numbers are going to be higher.
Yeah. I mean, Love. Yeah, I agree with Love. I mean,
in this league, they got Love ranked as the 5th.
Well, my leagues last night, I took Jalen Hurts and C.A. Stroud, and I got Stroud late.
In this one, they got Hurts as the number 2.
Yeah, and I took Jalen Hurts. He was the 4th quarterback off the board, and I took C.J. Stroud was like the 6th quarterback off the 7th quarterback off the board. I was like, well, I'm taking him. I mean, he's going to be. I mean, whatever. Because Love went. Because I was looking, I'm like, oh, I was thinking about taking Love, and he went in the 3rd, 4th round. I'm like, nah, I'm not taking. I waited the 5th, 6th.
Do you think Williams will go a little bit higher in this area because of the Bears? Or
actually, it was funny. The drafts I did, it was not Bears fans taking him.
No,
it was funny.
That's usually. Well, I mean, it's weird because the Packer fan
Yep,
stuff.
there you go.
Giggity.
I mean,
In this one, I'm looking
and
at.
I wanted to take him last night, but I someone took him like right before me. Like, I'm like, damn,
You took my guy
as a backup.
You
just,
took my guy.
just to put him on a team. But I did take DJ Moore in the league. Actually, I took him in a dynasty,
Yeah, you took him in Dynasty.
and I paid for Mahomes too. But that dynasty's different. I
Yeah.
paid for Mahomes because it's a quarterback, and I got him for $24, which is fairly cheap. And I was like, I'll take him. I didn't think I thought I was going to go higher. I was like, I'll go 25 the highest and put 24 in. Okay,
I got Bobby Abear for $3.
Justin. Yeah.
Really?
Justin.
I had Herbert last year for $21.
Yep,
Wow,
$3
garbage.
this year.
So if you keep him next year, it's what, $8?
$8.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the year after that's 13.
16.
16.
Oh no,
14. Yeah, it goes up
5,
6
6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Yep.
in that league.
How
So in this league right here that I'm looking at, I said the scoring's just a little bit different because of the long touchdowns. It goes Stroud, Goff, Jaden Daniels, Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams, Anthony Richardson, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, and then Tua, a bunch of guys, and then Rodgers. Rodgers sitting just ahead of Bo Nix and Russell Wilson and Will Levis. I don't see. I mean,
I think Will Levis is someone you can target way late.
you don't have to draft him. You can pick him up. He's not going to get drafted.
No.
I like Will Levis because he could be one of those guys that does turn into a. He's more of a not a fantasy quarterback, but more of an NFL quarterback.
I like the Titans prop bet. I think they're like over and under is like 4.5 or 5.5 for wins.
They got some talent.
Yeah.
What division? What division are they in?
They're in the AFC South. So they're in the weak division as well. Jacksonville, Indy's a house of cards,
Yeah, you never know.
right? And then Houston's there too, but there are people that are talking that Houston may not make the playoffs next year. Oh, you fucking kidding
So
me?
who do you think? Obviously, you're Packer fan. Who's going to be the best fantasy numbers in the Packers this year?
Well, besides quarterback, obviously, you're pretty much saying the wide receiver.
Take quarterback out.
Well, Jacobs is going to put up the best numbers, I think.
Man, with that receiving core, like
It's going to be split up too much amongst the receivers.
if he's the true number one running back, then yes. As long as they don't,
I think he is now with J.D. Dillon being
Right.
right. There's
Yeah,
no doubt
there's
about
no
it.
question.
Yeah, he's going to get
Lloyd might be next year or
he's going to get 20%
later.
more carries.
Right.
Now.
But those receivers, I mean, Christian Watson obviously is the most talented in the group,
right.
but he can't. We've seen he can't stay healthy.
They've said that Wicks has been the most impressive, and then who's the dude?
Jaden Reed.
No, the dude that got from Nevada, the 3rd round pick.
Dobbs, Romeo Dobbs.
Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah.
Him and Reed have been the best two receivers.
They've got 4 legit receivers,
Yep.
so good for them. I
Right.
mean, they haven't even went with us. Like the Bears had to go out and get receivers, and and you got to pay a little more usually. They got lucky. The guys they drafted, they seem pretty solid. So.
Right.
So
And
it's where they get. I mean, obviously, in 2 years they're gonna be fucked because they're gonna have 4 guys coming to free agency at the same time.
Right.
But-
But I mean, Goody does a good job of addressing needs when he needs to.
It does seem like they kind of just we don't have receivers this year. It's like the Cubs bullpen almost.
Right.
Next year we'll get 12 guys for that position.
Yeah, but at least the Packers stick with their. I heard the term and I can't think of what it is. Like their physical likes. Like they stick to receivers that are 5'10" and taller. They weigh like X amount, like the cornerbacks and stuff. Like the quarterbacks have to be.
They got to be tall. They're
Right.
cornerbacks.
Right. They can't be less.
They won't take one under. I think what is it for cornerbacks? Is it 6 foot or is it
5'10", 5'11",
Yeah.
but they can't be under like 180 pounds.
Yeah, so they kind of stick with what they.
Right.
That's their thing.
Right. So like, they take linemen and their arms have to be, so long. But if he's 6'4", but he's got like 36-inch arms, he's okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any receiver that stands out on the Packers. I mean, Watson physically, but we've
You got-
talked about this how many times.
Wicks, Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Reed
Reed.
and Dobbs even.
Right.
Yeah, they're all legit,
right?
Which is a great problem to have.
And Malik Heath, who was an undrafted free agent last year. I mean, and the thing for Heath, he's a good special teams player too, which, unsung hero.
And they got two solid tight ends. They're not gonna be a fantasy tight end type guy. Do you think? I mean, you think either one of those
might.
Musgrove? I don't think they're top 10.
I'm keeping him in one league, but I'm going to draft another tight end for sure.
I mean, I picked up Kraft at the end of last year because there were probably about 14, 15 tight ends out. And he was serviceable for a couple games. But, I mean, for again, this goes back to that Kittle thing with tight ends. Those guys are built for blocking and receiving.
Right.
They're more team players. It's not a fantasy type player.
Kraft's more the blocking back, but he can, he was good with yards after catch when he was at North Dakota, South Dakota.
He's a damn bowling ball, man.
Right.
He just plows through shit.
And Musgrave as well. He was an athletic guy. So,
I mean, who do you think on the Bears is going to be the top receiver? You got 3 stud receivers.
DJ Moore still.
I agree.
Yeah.
Even though Moore or what the hell's the name now? The Chargers guy, Keenan Allen. He actually had more points in fantasy last year.
Right.
I still think he's on the downswing. As the year went on last year, he was, you could see he's beat up. He's like 31 now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, but they have with having Ndunze and
okay. How much? Here's a question for you. How many catches and yards is Ndunze going to have? I'm going to write it down.
85 catches for 1,203 yards.
I'm going to say 60 for 850.
How many touchdowns?
4.
Oh, I was going to say 3. That's a good number, though.
And it depends on if someone gets hurt. I mean,
well, I'm just saying for a guess and how much Keenan going to slough off halfway through the year.
Yeah.
Drop 5 passes against the Packers.
Who's running back 1 for them?
Swift is.
Oh, that's right.
And then Herbert and Roshan Johnson. They actually have a really good running back room.
Yeah, they do.
It's a very versatile running back room where they can do different things with them. And I do like what they did. Roshan Johnson doesn't get enough credit. He's a monster.
Yep.
He was at Texas, right?
Yeah. He was the backup to
Robinson,
Bijan,
right.
And they said he could have started with any team in the country, but he decided to stay there for some reason. And he could see he has the attributes. He just,
Well, he's got the kind of same problem with the Bears. He's the backup.
And I think he may overtake Khalil Herbert for carries this year. I like Herbert a lot, but I think Swift is going to be more of I think Swift will be a starter, but I think they do a lot there. I think they do a lot of.
You think Khalil's he's not a back that can take a lot of balls in a game?
Well,
he has in the past.
Yeah, he's been the start. He's carried games and carried 20, 25. So I mean, he can do it. I think just it's nice to have the options. I think
agree.
Offensively as a coordinator,
It's nice to have 3 good. He can catch the ball in the backfield more.
Yeah,
Khalil.
Yeah, I think they all can catch the ball. I think
Right.
the weakest one we were Roshan Johnson.
Right.
I think they're all guys. So they all kind of are the same guy, but like Johnson's a little beefier, and Herbert where Swift's more the guy that's going to be more of a scat back.
He's 4 years younger than those guys.
Oh yeah. I like what he did. I mean, he did what he had to do. I mean, it was smart with Sweat, and I know they tried. If you watch Hard Knocks, they had a deal on the table for Judon.
Yeah,
and Judon wouldn't sign a contract. They said no, and I'm glad the Bears did that. If you don't want to come to play, they were going to give him a 4th round pick or 3rd round pick and give him a 3-year deal, and he said no. Okay, and he ended up going to Atlanta. Yeah. So go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he signed a deal with him yet. So Atlanta is. I mean, they'll probably get something done, but like with Sweat last year, you can't trade a pick
and he's hurt. He's
and
coming
not
off
get a long term. Something's wrong with the guy. You can't.
And he's coming off an injury too.
Yeah, and I was if they would have got him, I'd have been fine with him. I'm kind of glad they didn't. I was like, that's fine. I wish they had enough money to dig down and get a guy like if he was going to be tradable, it's like Micah Parsons or something. But I don't think they could afford him. I don't think they maybe could, but
that's a lot. It's like 3 number 1s they said for Micah.
Well, no, I would never give that up.
No, that's what I heard though.
No, 3 number 1s is worth nobody.
I know, but that's what I heard though.
They weren't offering that for Aaron Rodgers 3 years ago. That's
good.
That's crazy.
That worked out perfect for. Let's do another prediction. Who's going to be the Packers' top receiver then? I like it.
It depends on if Watson stays healthy or not.
Yep, that's what I'm asking.
I'll go with Dobbs.
Dobbs?
Dobbs.
Yeah.
Dobbs.
I think Christian McCaffrey's not going to be there. I'm not McCaffrey. Watson won't be there next year. And I think if Matt LaFleur is smart, if he sees this going on during the year, and I think you just got to let him be.
Yeah.
Just let the other guys play.
Right.
I can see it coming. If
LaFleur
he doesn't,
I mean, obviously, if he is healthy and plays, that's great. But I even think if he's healthy and plays, I still think Dobbs outplays him.
Okay.
I do. Because I think he's more of a guy that will spread the field for you and get like 5 catches a game, where Dobbs can get 8, 9 catches a game.
Okay.
Right? Would you agree with that?
I agree with that.
Where you're going to get more catches, more volume, where Watson's going to make those big splash plays, but a guy like Dobbs will get you down the field.
Right.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
and who are you saying?
I'm going to take Watson. I'm going to.
You son of a bitch.
And I'm taking Jaden Reed. Because he's a slot receiver.
Slot receiver?
Yeah.
Nice.
Look at that, loose sluts.
Giggity.
Beavis and Butthead. We got any other predictions?
How about any other sleepers in the league you can think of in the NFL?
Like deep sleepers or
just a guy's name out there that you I don't know, something you guys have seen or think.
I think Brian Thomas, the
like that.
rookie receiver from LSU that's playing for Jacksonville, will end up being their number 1 receiver by the end of the year and a top 10 receiver.
The other day when this was laughed about the other day in our in our dynasty draft, it was laughed, and I liked the pick, and I did, and people, and I know they got a few guys. They got Luke or Lad McConkey and whatever, blah blah blah. I think Quentin Johnson has a good year this year.
Quentin Johnson
for the Chargers.
I picked him.
Yep, and I love the pick.
And I
told you that when you
were
picked him.
the only one that didn't laugh. Everybody laughed at me
I
like you're
love the
picking a Charger.
Quentin Johnson was the receiver that was number 1 last year. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
He was like in our rookie
And
league.
he
went
was behind
like
Keenan
18
Allen.
bucks.
He was behind Mike Williams.
Yep.
He's gonna get a chance. And I know they're gonna be more of a run team. I get it because it's Harbaugh, but
Yeah, and there's another like Palmer. Palmer's the other.
Josh Palmer's there too.
Right.
And then they have Lad McConkey.
Right.
I think that Quentin, and when people laugh, I couldn't afford to get in on it. When you put him up, I'm like, I
got him for $1, but you had yeah,
and I couldn't because I had to pick. I was going after Algiers with my money.
You were
my backup for Bijan,
Yeah.
so I was like, I have to. But I'm like, I like him, and I'm not saying he's like.
No,
who'd
but
you just say could
you're
be top
talking
10?
like a 6,800.
Who said top? Who's the guy you named? Who just said top 10? He could be the player.
Brian
you said?
Johnson or John Thomas. Brian
Yes,
Thomas.
He's not Brian Thomas,
No.
but he could be a top 20 guy or a good 3 or a good
Could
flex.
he
on
be a Nico Collins type guy that kind of comes out of who was again
why
finishes at the top 8 or 10?
And
12.
you know why he could do that? Because he has Justin Herbert as quarterback.
I know.
And Justin Herbert was banged up last year off and on, and the offense wasn't great. And,
I like that pick because I liked that pick the other day when I drafted.
Right, and then he's not going to be. It's the right word. He's not going to be pressured this year because the expectations it's a rebuilding year and he can relax and
if he's that talented,
right,
Harbaugh's going to figure a way to get him the ball.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's usually a third year with receiver. That's always the fantasy thing is third year receivers.
Right.
He's in his
unless you're
second year.
Jefferson or Chase. I mean,
yeah, there's a few.
You know what? The great ones,
Puka.
though, the great ones are usually drafted like are rookies. Like you have a good. And honestly, in the last 5 years, a lot of rookie receivers have done a lot in the NFL. Fantasy wise,
right?
It's crazy. I mean, you didn't have that, like you said, 10 years ago. It was like, you got to wait around for a guy. I mean,
Right,
Randy
because-
Moss was like, oh my god, that never happens.
because of all the spread offenses that they're running.
Well, now
it's
you're running-
migrated,
yes,
right?
yes.
Migrated the NFL.
Yep.
So they're used to the workload.
They're kind of when they come to the NFL, they're almost it's a cleaner transition.
right.
They're
It
going
didn't
from
used to be that
going
way.
from college to
Right.
from a spread to a pro style offense where I gotta block now.
Right.
I gotta go in motion. I gotta do all this.
Oh yeah. there's
Now
a ton.
there's a transition where it's kind of the same now.
Right.
I mean, there's differences obviously, but it's crazy. You're right. That's a big deal.
Right. I mean, think about when Moss came into the league and he dominated his rookie. He was really
Or just went downfield.
right.
Go get it.
Right.
Jeff George or who was Dante Culpepper was there in there? Jeff George or was it
Warren Moon
was
wasn't
it
it?
Warren Moon? Was it
Yeah.
Warren Moon? Yeah. Wow. That's a lot of names I threw out there.
Dante Cole.
Anybody else you're thinking sleepers? And guys that
I mean, there's plenty of them.
yeah,
out there.
there's a ton. I mean, how about I thought of someone a minute ago and I can't remember what his name was.
I mean, I think George Pickens is going to have a big year.
Pickens, I like. Yeah, he
with the Steelers.
yeah, I think because he has a better quarterback. I think
he's the guy now.
I say this all the time. Russell Wilson, we joke, but he'll get him the ball. He'll get him chances. Where last year, who was it last year? Who was the quarterback there?
Oh, he's some scrub.
Who was it? Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett.
And he's still the backup. Is he still there?
No, he's gone.
He's the back. Cut. Where's the back? So he's nowhere now.
I thought he got cut from Philly.
He's like,
he was a Philly. He got traded to Philly.
Right. I thought he got cut.
I forgot about that.
And he's on the practice squad, right?
Yeah, he might be. You're right. I forgot about So I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. I know I had one more.
Football, man, especially with the quarterbacks. This is why I said Brady is such an anomaly that some guy picked that far back, actually got a chance, performed.
Such a different game, though.
But still, I mean, these guys get cut within a year or two after getting drafted in the first round now.
Because it's different. Because, think about where.
Look at
Belichick was in his second or third year when he got Brady.
Yeah. It just worked out. I mean, all the stars had a line for Brady, even to not get cut that first year,
right?
Because he was a fourth string quarterback or whatever. Because you're seeing now, even just going back to New England this year, they cut Mac Jones, Bailey Zapp,
right? Yeah, did you see where Bailey Zappi went? Casey.
Yeah. So he's gonna be.
Look at the walrus guy. Andy Reid's like. Championship.
Yeah, right.
Can I have those fries?
Andy Reid's got his own. He's got his own fantasy football league on his practice squad.
Yeah, no shit. That's why those are my guys right there. Those are my guys.
Who's the next Puka Nacua? Is there going to be a guy this year that comes
it has to be a low
out of nowhere?
It's got to be a low guy. It can't be.
And we had a fourth round.
Any position.
Well, we had Cup a few years before that. Kind of come out of. That was probably about 6 years ago.
You know who I thought it was going to be?
It could be a running back too, just comes out of nowhere.
I thought for sure Frank Gore Jr. would make.
And he got cut.
Cut.
I think he signed with the practice squad though.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, good for him.
But I think he's a guy that could have been that dude.
He could be, and his dad won't let him call him dad on the field either.
Papa.
I mean, is there going to be a next Puka? Jesus Christ! It's like Kamala. Puka Nacua.
Well, his older brother got cut by the Saints too. So,
is there a guy that somebody that got drafted and comes out and just kills it? I mean, I got one.
Yeah.
Malik Washington.
Yeah.
If like A-Chain or Tyreek or somebody gets injured, and I mean, he's got a chance because he's got that speed, and a lot of shit's got to go wrong for him to end up in that position.
Right.
I want to say this guy because another guy I drafted, and he was, I don't think he was very high as a pick. Yeah, he was decent height, but Polk, the receiver from the Patriots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I was trying to think.
I think he could have a decent year. I mean, and obviously the quarterback thing is, it is what it is out there, but you never know.
That's for your sleeper thing?
Yeah, they got to find somebody, obviously.
Right.
Okay. I mean, there's some. What quarterback takes the next step out of all those guys from the last few years? And I'm not saying Caleb Williams, and because those guys haven't even got a chance yet.
What about a guy I like too on a bad team is Chuba Hubbard? Chuba Hubbard.
Who's he with?
Carolina.
I think once
Brooks is going to take over.
Brooks come in. I think Brooks is taking that job.
But
he's out for the first 4 weeks. He's got, so who knows how long.
And we have seen that before, where they draft these running backs with all this. I mean, we've seen Clyde Hilaire. There's tons of them,
right?
And they don't, for some reason, it doesn't click with them. But I think Brooks is the number one running back.
Yeah,
I've got Hubbard.
I like Trey Benson a lot too. Trey Benson from the Cardinals, because Connor is another guy that.
Oh, McBride from the Cardinals too,
McBride,
right?
he was there last year, the tight end. Though I like McBride a ton.
I think he's going to have not as big a year as last year. I really do, because even though Kyler's back, they got more targets.
Marvin Harrison's there.
Yeah, he's not the only guy now.
Right. Do you think Marvin Harrison will be that receiver this year? I think he will, but he's going to get his chances. And I took him in a league.
I hope so, because I got Kyler.
I think he'll get the Caitlin Clark WNBA treatment. Everyone's going to beat the shit out of him.
Well, you get to though in the NFL. It's okay. It's okay to hit people.
Do I take him over AJ Brown in a league where I got Kyler as a quarterback?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
but not over Chase.
No. Are you taking Harrison over Chase?
No,
because you get Chase. there's no unknown there.
Because, like I said, I got that line where it's going to be Chase, possibly Jefferson.
And you're picking after me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who's going to be there for me.
So I think it's Chase, Jefferson,
Who am I
AJ
keeping?
Brown.
Well, I got Jordan Love.
Yeah.
He's my keeper.
Yeah.
So I don't got to draft a
I know.
quarterback. So that's
Nice.
one thing I don't got to worry about. And then I've got this just a tight end for the
Yeah, there's
Packers,
no way.
which I won't start. And I'm keeping the Chiefs defense.
I like keeping a defense in that league because you got no other choice.
Waste my time.
Or
I'm
a
gonna waste my
kicker.
time picking one at the
Yeah.
end. Whatever. I got one.
So I'm sitting there at 7. I'm probably taking, say, Chase. There's no way Marvin Harrison's still there at 18 or whatever when I come back.
He could
around.
be. Not in that league. He won't be.
No, because there's guys missing.
I'm hoping he goes to the 7th round and I can get him.
That'd be sweet.
It's a keeper. Yeah, he won't. Last league, he won't. Someone will take him.
Jack-
But you know what? That's the thing, though. In leagues that, and I did that last year. I've done it a lot of years in that league, and I've always done pretty well in that league. But last year was the only league I did okay because I took Bijan with my 4th pick, and it just the usage was what killed him. He wasn't hurt or nothing. He played well when he played. Didn't use him enough, and so that's the kind of guy. Someone else to go for Marvin Harrison, but that doesn't mean you won't have well, let's just say someone takes Harrison, and then let's just say Jonathan Taylor's sitting there. Which won't be in the 2nd round. But you know what I'm saying? Someone's sitting there like someone else oh, you know what? Or DJ Morrison. We took Harrison. Well, DJ Moore's still there. Well, you know what I'm saying, though. There's going to be other.
In that league, I had Saquon and Jonathan Taylor last year.
No.
And I didn't win that league.
Think Jonathan Taylor bounce back?
Yes, for sure.
Because he played good the last 5-6 games last year. He was solid.
he was good at the end.
I think he's arguably as good as any of the running backs in the top 3 or 4.
And what about Richardson for a quarterback?
Who knows? I don't like him.
No?
Everybody's talking him up.
Yeah.
We're going to see him play in the 2nd week.
Are we?
Yeah.
3rd week.
3rd week.
When we go.
3rd week.
We're going to Indy?
Jesus.
But I think.
At least I knew there was a podcast. Oh, wait. I didn't know there was a podcast.
I don't know. He reminds me a lot of Fields.
Yeah.
Does he?
He runs the ball. And obviously he gets hurt a lot, too. He got hurt twice. He got hurt twice in the first 4 games of the year.
I don't like how they're pumping him up ahead of guys. I mean, even Love's played 6 or 7 good games. He hasn't had, what, 1?
Yeah.
We haven't seen him play.
The game I went to, he didn't play when I was there for a trade show last year.
I would rather have Levis than Richardson, to be honest.
That was my next question. Which quarterback takes the next step of the guys that are, or
from
like last
young
year, the year
guys?
before? Yeah. Guys that we've been waiting to make that jump, you know?
Well, you hope that Stroud has about the same season that he had last year, right? What does Stroud have to do to take a jump?
He can't. We already know who he
count
is.
as that guy because if he does anything, he more would take a step back. I think.
Right. I think it's Levis because they really don't have that bad of a receiving core around him.
Well,
I like Levis.
Yeah,
as well.
Levis. I agree.
They have a solid tight end. They have a good running backs.
I mean, Richardson would be another one where you could, because we haven't seen him
Bryce
take
Young.
any steps. Oh, I like that.
But he's just
but
the offense isn't great still.
Right. Both Tennessee and Charlotte's coaches, Carolina's coaches are well-known quarterback gurus. So
yeah, because I mean, Bo Nix is a rookie, May's a rookie.
Right.
Does Fields if he gets a chance?
I just for the fact of who his offensive coordinator is, like,
I just don't think he could have won I'm gonna tell you, he was terrible in the preseason.
Yeah.
How about Trevor?
He couldn't win the job over a hurt guy.
I know. How about Trevor Lawrence?
There's a guy, look up. It's really interesting. Is I saw this the other day, and they showed the stats between Trevor Lawrence and who's the Giants quarterback,
Daniel Jones.
They're almost identical.
They're almost identical.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
does he take it? But we don't see Daniel Jones take. Daniel Jones already took that next step just to get to that point.
Right.
Trevor Lawrence.
I think Daniel Jones did the better year this year. He was beat up last year before he got hurt.
Right.
Okay.
And their line wasn't.
You're saying Daniel Jones is going to have a better year than Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, you're saying Trevor Lawrence? I don't know if I take it. I think Trevor Lawrence is a better offense around him. Trevor Lawrence.
I was going to say I was going to write that down because I want to see that
has
happen.
a way better offense.
ETN, the tight Irving,
Thomas,
Evan Ingram, the kid you just named,
Thomas.
Yeah.
They signed Buffalo's Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel
Right.
Davis. And they have Christian Kirk still.
Yeah.
He's going to start the year maybe injured, but he'll be back.
Right.
Another guy that could have a great year in fantasy, Christian Kirk.
Right.
Quietly, yeah. Another guy.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good pick. So I'm going to ask that question: Daniel Jones or Trevor Lawrence this year?
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I would take Trevor Lawrence. Now, I'm saying Daniel Jones will have a good year. I think better.
I would too.
But I'll take Trevor Lawrence.
Just for the fact that the Giants' offensive line is so fucked up, and then who are the receivers in New York right now?
Well, you got Malik Neighbors.
You got Neighbors, and who else?
But he's a rookie. It's okay. Here's another one. Who's going to be the best rookie receiver? You got Neighbors. You got Harrison. You got Odunze. I like it.
Sorry, my draft started in a minute.
Bijan Robinson.
Who's it? Yeah. I'm
You're on the clock.
I'm 10th. I ain't getting Bijan.
You're on the clock.
I'm 10th. I ain't getting Bijan. Sucks. I want to be in that middle so I get Bijan, but I'm not. Best rookie receiver?
Yeah, because it was a good crop this year. I'm coming up with all kinds of good questions.
I'm gonna go with Marvin Harrison. Just because he's going to get the chances. I watched when I saw on the Hard Knocks with the Giants, they interviewed Malik Neighbors. I'm not sold on Malik Neighbors.
I am not either.
His attitude, his game, he's incredible, but it's just the way he acted and kind of like
didn't the Giants just have one of those guys that has all this talent and
as long as he doesn't shoot himself in the thigh, he's gonna be all right.
And I'm not
Kadarius Toney too.
And I'm not saying no. I don't want to go there.
But Kadarius was a hot topic.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think Rome will do okay, but he's just not going to get the chance because it's just going to be, and that's good for him.
I agree.
It's good to be in the room
Not
with
the
these
guy.
guys and learn and not have to go out there and go, I got to be the guy.
Yeah, but he's bonding with Williams too, that he might end up being.
And you know what? That's good. Right. That's good. I mean, that's what you want because they're young. And
right.
If they're going to be successful, they got to be successful together in the next 4 years. Correct? Or 5 years, whatever it works out to.
I really like Thomas because just for the fact that he's in a good situation. He's a prototypical receiver. He's big. He's 6'4". And Thomas.
Yeah.
And I want to say he ran like a 4.40 that no one taught. Like Xavier Worthy ran a 4.3. The difference between a 4.3 and a 4.4.
Mm-hmm.
But Thomas is 6'4". So I'm gonna say Thomas.
Okay, I like that one. I'm gonna say the field. I'm gonna think it's gonna be like a Keon Coleman or Xavier Worthy or one of those guys that comes
right.
Thomas, another one.
How about Ladd McConkey?
That's gonna be the next one I was gonna say.
Could he be the next, Cooper Kupp or Puka or Amendola, Wes Welker type guy?
That's a good pick for that.
Actually, Ladd McConkey's got great speed.
Right.
He's fast.
Yeah, he is.
So he's not like he might be able to stretch the field too.
I watched him at the Senior Bowl. Yeah, he was by far the best receiver on that field.
He can hustle, man.
Yeah.
So my draft started and it went all running back so far.
Yeah, really?
Tyreek Hill went 5th.
Who was the number one pick?
McCaffrey, then Breece Hall, then Bijan, the guys we talked about.
Right.
I might get.
So you got Jalen Polk.
I might
too.
get a good receiver here. No, I'm not.
Take Tyreek.
He's gone. He just went. He was the first receiver.
So
take Ingram. Fuck everybody up. Seriously.
No.
Polk's a rookie too. Jalen Polk, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll take him as the best rookie wide receiver. Just a weird. It's gonna be I don't think it's gonna be Harrison. I think it's gonna be somebody else.
I don't think it's gonna be Harrison either.
Harrison get the targets though. He's gonna get a chance.
He's
gonna
to
get the chance. Right. And those guys won't get the chances. He will.
Yeah, we'll try.
I mean,
but the thing is, I see it that
injury obviously plays.
Harrison's gonna pull the best cornerback, and a lot of these guys aren't going to be the number one receivers, so they have a better chance.
Yeah,
just saying.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
They got Quentin Johnson way behind all those guys.
Do we ask about
we got Xavier Leggett too, right? He's a rookie.
Oh, forgot about him for Carolina.
Carolina.
You ever listen to him talk? Country.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hillbilly.
Yeah. He sounds like a slower Randy Moss.
Yeah.
He does not look like a country guy that I would pick.
No.
He might be sitting there fishing.
Right.
Walk up on him. What you doing? Catfish. Like with the fridge. Fridge was always fishing.
I'm interested to see how Keon Coleman does. Friend of the show, right? Friend of the show.
Keon Coleman?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Somebody I talked to today was really high. Oh, is at the paint store. They were really high on Keon Coleman.
You know who's going to be the guy who's going to have a great year, though, I think? Shakir.
Oh, for Buffalo?
Yeah. Khalil Shaker.
Mm-hmm. You watch.
Yeah, that's why I don't think Keon Coleman's going to be the guy either. I think he's going to be.
Look, I'm up and Justin Jefferson just went. Son of a
Saquon.
bitch. I could take Chase, Garrett Wilson, Jamar Gibbs. I'm going to take Garrett Wilson, I think.
Are you?
I like it.
Over Gibbs.
He's the next best running back.
Over
right?
Chase. Chase is next.
I would take Chase. Chase,
But yeah, you know what? I'm going to take Chase. I got a comebacker here.
Chase and then Gibbs.
Yeah. And no, I mean, everybody can hear me if
You're
they're
gonna
listening.
you're gonna get one of those guys.
If I can get Garrett Wilson on back, I'm taking Garrett Wilson if I can on the way back. But I'm not going to.
How many pick? You're at 10?
10, so I'll be 4 picks before me again.
You're gonna get one of those guys.
I got Puka Nacua coming up too.
Nice.
Puka.
AJ Brown's rated really high. I'm not AJ Brown just kind of
He has huge games, but then he disappears for
he's
2
like
games.
George Kittle, but better. He has like
Yeah.
10 games instead of
The problem is it's probably the best receiving duo in football.
Who's that?
AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. I mean, they're right there.
Who's the tight end in Philly?
Goddard.
Goddard.
Really?
He's like 71.
Another. I think he went to South Dakota State too.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
I'm almost positive, right? Yeah. I kind of like Miami's receiver room, Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. What about Washington's receiver room? Don't they have a? Did they drafted someone this year?
Terry McLaurin.
McLaurin. Who's going to be the breakout tight end this year?
Who they didn't pick? Not McConkey. They picked another. Or in our league, somebody said Lad McHonky.
I wrote that on the thing.
McHonky.
Did you ask the best rookie quarterback? I don't think we asked that. Did you?
I don't believe I did. Let me write that down.
I'm gonna be up here in a second.
Best rookie QB. Yeah, Jaden Daniels.
I'm going
Drake May, Caleb Williams.
I'm going Caleb Williams.
I'm going to go dark horse.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Spencer Rattler from New Orleans.
He's not even starting.
I think he's going to end up starting by halfway through.
I'll take JJ McCarthy then.
Wow.
Really dark.
You're a dick.
Damn.
I'll go Caleb as well.
Okay, I'm up. So who should I? Okay, I got a choice here. Okay, so it's 2-2. It's normal thing. I could take Nacua. Shane's there, but Shane don't get all the carries. So I don't like that. How about Pacheco?
Pacheco, the angry man? Fuck yeah.
Etienne or Pacheco in that offense?
I like Etienne too.
I think I trust Pacheco more in the better offense.
I like the angry man.
Should we go with the angry man?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, guys. You can help me with this draft. We'll go through it. I'll give you choices. Okay, I'm out for a while, so we got time. All right. So we got Pacheco and Jamar Chase so far. Not a bad start.
No.
For being 10. It's okay.
What's wrong with Spencer Rattler?
Well, he's not going to start. That's why. He's going to be hard for him to end up being the best.
Just saying breakout. Oh, okay.
I'm not saying he won't be good. I like him. But I mean, I would take Jane. I took Jane Daniels. I got him for like
I like Jane.
I got Jane Daniels for like $4 in Dynasty League or $3. Jane Daniels.
That's a good pick.
I took him late. You never know if he's good. If he's not, I cut. What's the difference?
It's the same thing like I got Herbert.
What's the
This is my
difference?
backup.
Yeah,
I'll take him.
You might run for 1,000 yards easily this year.
For his life.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, you might have to.
Justin Fields syndrome. Oh shit, I got to go. I'm done. Right.
Yeah, but for fantasy, it's great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he won't fumble as much.
Yeah, that's the problem with Fields. I mean,
I always wanted Fields to do good because I was at that game where that picture was
that's a
taken.
great picture. I told James, you want to
we
put it
were
up?
right
James
there.
like, should I put the picture up? I go, yeah, it's a great picture. I don't care if he doesn't play for now. That's a great picture. That's one of the, that's a great
Me,
picture.
you, Rick, and Kristen were sitting, and Jace were right there when that happened.
Is that the 49ers game?
Yeah.
Where they had the big bubbles and shit on the
Yeah.
field
Oh,
afterwards?
so
Look at the guy
bad.
sliding behind him,
Yeah,
and
they were all-
dude's awesome.
That was after the game. They were all sliding. It was-
Isn't that where Trey Lance hurt himself?
Yes. He got hurt in that game. Yeah.
Broke his ankle, right?
I don't know.
And then Purdy come in.
Broke his throwing arm.
Is that where Purdy come in? No.
No, Purdy came in later in the year. Or did Trey Lance start that? Yeah, Trey Lance did start that game.
Yeah, he
No,
did.
he played the whole game. He got hurt. I can't remember now.
I thought he got hurt that game.
I'll have to look it
I
up.
think
I don't
Garoppolo
know.
came in.
I can't remember. Oh, no, Garoppolo started that game, I thought. Right? I don't know. I don't remember.
Trey was in that game.
How do you not remember, Scott? You don't remember every game you go to?
Mm.
I remember everything about the KC game.
He just remembers that girl with a strap on behind him.
God damn it, that was fucking awesome.
You remember that like the picnic.
Yeah. Whoa.
So any other
we covered a lot there.
yeah. Any other fantasy tips or
Bradley, what do you got? Yeah, he's not the best color man in fantasy football for nothing.
Willie?
Hold on. Wait, no, hold on. Wait. Ask Willie in a second. Hold on. Okay. Go
I'm
ahead.
still talking. Hey, Willie, what do you think?
So what? No, that's not the right one. Hold on. Oh wait, yeah.
We'll
go
get
ahead.
in post
Go ahead.
edit.
Go ahead. Ask this now. Go ahead.
Hey, Willie, what do you think?
That's a better one.
We need a toilet flushing.
So we'll try to get together next week sometime. We'll try to find a day. Is anybody available?
We got
on
drafts.
Tuesday. We can't do Tuesday.
We got drafts Monday
Thursday,
and Tuesday.
I got dartball practice, but I don't have to go to that. Dartball practice. I said.
What about Monday?
We got draft.
We have a draft here though.
And be around Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
In your parents' basement.
Sundays. I mean, anybody going away for the weekend?
We have a draft Monday?
As long as us three can get together and do it, I can invite everybody else on Sunday. But if you guys want to do it Sunday, we can. We got to do an NFL preview. That's why.
Oh, okay.
We could do a Sunday. I mean, let's see if we can get a couple more guys.
No, just us three for sure.
Oh, jeez,
this is fun.
Sick of your shit, Ed.
We could do it. We could do a show next Friday night during the Packer game.
There we go.
Ooh, and we go over and under how many people get stabbed for wearing green.
Do you want to do it next Friday? Maybe.
Yeah.
What's the date? I got to remember, make sure I'm not doing nothing.
The
6th,
Yeah.
5th. Let me double check. Let me throw some dates out there so we can do this. We can watch the game then, hang out.
It's the
Friday night.
6th.
It's a Friday night. We can hang out. Oh yeah, because the Bears game is the 8th.
Yeah, I should be around that unless I run up north for the day.
Sunday I'm available.
Well, let's throw Sunday out first. Who wants to come Sunday? I'll throw it out this weekend and say, hey, who can do Sunday?
Right.
Want to do a preview show? And if we can't, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So is that all we got tonight?
Yeah. I think we got a lot covered there.
Yeah, it's a good football show. Fantasy, we all love it. It just kind of sucks that came late. We're busy. I won't be as busy next year because I'm not doing the tournament, so we might be able to do it earlier next year. The fantasy preview. But yeah. Okay, let's do closing thoughts. Tim, you're first.
God damn it.
Yeah, you're first tonight.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Where's that cricket sound?
You're up.
All right. I fucking hate you both.
I got every button on there I could. Okay, go ahead.
My closing thought is and maybe even like bench warmer of the week is
We haven't done it in a while.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta remember that. Yeah, go ahead.
the Joker.
Oh, Jokic?
Jokic bought the team Rolexes for the bronze medal game.
Oh, that's cool. So
Yeah.
okay. I was gonna say it's nice. That's not good for them.
Right.
They win the bronze medal?
They won the bronze.
And who won? Oh, France.
Right.
Silver.
Yeah, people are like, Jokic looks more happy that he won the bronze than he did when he won the NBA title. So
I don't think like guys like, I mean, they're great players and they play the game. They do it. But I really think I don't think, it doesn't seem like a lot of Europeans enjoy playing the NBA.
I don't think they like the culture.
Not enjoy the game,
Right.
but the culture.
Right.
That's perfect. It's like they just don't. It's just they don't
Right.
enjoy it.
Right.
They don't enjoy it. You can
I
just
think
tell.
that's I think that's a great example. Is Jokic like
Kind of like Giannis, same type.
Right.
Yeah, they're kind of outsiders too,
Yeah.
you know.
right because they didn't go through.
Well, it's almost like Caitlin Clark thing. It's almost like the local guys are kind of jealous of how many MVPs have the out of country. It's like 6 or 7 in a row.
Right. I mean, think about and this is another reason why that I think AAU ball ruined everything was the fact that all these guys played together on a certain team, either in high school or in between like freshman and sophomore years of college, and things like that. So Europeans they play together for years. You know what I mean? They're not playing 1 year for this AAU team or 1 year for the New Balance AAU team. So yeah, I don't think they like the culture, but yeah, I thought it was a great gesture. And then interesting fact that Cooper Flagg, who's projected to be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft next year, signed an endorsement deal with New Balance, which is like the first of a kind that a active college player going into.
How much was it?
I haven't seen the numbers, but he's going to Duke, which is a Nike school, and he has to wear Nike because the school.
But how is he signing a New Balance contract?
It's an NIL deal.
So that can he just wear New Balance off the court? Doesn't matter,
right?
But court, they're okay with him wearing Nike. Obviously,
yeah.
They probably worked that logistic out.
Yeah,
because he can't wear New Balance, obviously,
right?
For the Duke,
right?
For the Duke,
right? For the Dukes,
the Dukies.
The Dukes. Is this like trading places?
Yep. Fuck them.
$1.
I really think he's sick. Fuck him.
Your brother, Mortimer, your brother. Fuck him.
Open up. That's a great.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
The best part is Dan Aykroyd with that fucking fish in his beard.
On the bus.
When he's in the Santa Beer, he's eating with all the hair in his mouth.
Yeah.
All the hairs in his mouth.
That's awesome.
Oh my god. Good times.
Yep.
Oh.
Your
What are we on? Closing
Yeah.
thoughts? Oh man. You know, right before I left, because I was just relaxing and then I heard there was a podcast. But I was watching a commercial for that show Leverage. You ever seen that one? I think it's like Timothy Hutton, one of the Brat Pack guys. Remember that? It's a show. I've never really watched it, but I see the commercial, and it's like the one of the Leverage guys walks in because the one so these guys are standing around. The guys, I don't even know what you do. And the next scene they show him, he walks into this bar in Belgrade, Serbia, and he's standing there and he requests the merchandise from the Serbian mob boss. And he's sipping his coffee, and there's like these 8 gangsters, and they all pull out their guns and point it at him. And he's sipping his coffee. And then if the screen flashes back to being outside, and there's like 20 gunshots, and they come back in, and he's still sipping his coffee, and all the guys are dead around him except the mob boss. You know, it's like, okay, this is awesome. And then he requests the merchandise, and the mob boss pushes a T206 baseball card across the thing. You know, he was there to collect a baseball card. But I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, there's like bodies all over this fucking bar, you know, just like he just shot 8 guys, killed them all. And it's like, you know, they probably had kids. Those guys, you know, their wife's like, oh, don't worry, your dad will be back in an hour. He's just going to protect the goddamn baseball card. This stupid fucking baseball card, they're paying your dad $100 an hour to go protect. He's like, fucking murdered, blood everywhere. It's like, kids are like, Dad's not coming home over it wasn't even a Honus Wagner. It was a Pie Trainer card.
Nice.
No.
Pie Trainer.
But it's like, there's bodies everywhere. He just killed like 8 families off.
That'd be a great show to come up with the most obscure old time baseball name.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of them.
Smokestack Jones.
Okay, I'm taking Drake London here.
Okay.
All right.
Because it's almost.
I'm glad we helped you.
Well, it's almost done. The time. I just almost.
Why don't you take the whole rest of the Falcons offense then?
I don't have. I only
The
have. I don't
Chargers.
have
Quentin Johnson's still available. Yeah, so I just thought it's one of the most ridiculous commercials, but then it's like nobody thinks about the bad guys who the guy was just like, I can't pay for my kid's birthday. You know, I'm gonna go take this job. $100, man. What do I do? I stand there with 8 other guys with guns protecting a baseball card. It's like easiest $100 ever. Next thing you know, he's got like a 9mm lodged in his skull.
Kind of like listening to a bunch of girls talk about their wedding.
It's gonna be like $120,000. She doesn't even know what it's like to have a good wedding.
You sound like your Seth imitation.
It's all like Foghorn Leghorn on,
and weren't they talking
on lithium?
And weren't they talking about tans too being even? Like the one girl's like, you really tan well this year.
Oh, yeah. Timmy goes, they were good looking. I was like, I didn't even want to look. I already had a headache just from listening to them.
Yeah. The look on your face was like in pure pain. Felt bad for you.
Oh,
I would have been laughing.
I was listening to music. I didn't even hear the whole conversation.
And actually, the girl across me, she was super, super cute. She was dumb as a box of hammers. Besides, I can understand the unrealistic expectations, you know. Like, yeah, well, my parents have been paying for everything, so $100,000 is nothing. That girl was dumb as shit. She had no idea, she didn't know anything.
Didn't they talk about Greek camp too?
Yeah, they went to a Greek camp up in Wisconsin. I'm like, I wonder if that's that one right over here. This that Greek thing right down.
Oh, right down on
90, that sleeper
80,
cell.
93rd.
Sleeper cell. 94. That's a sleeper cell.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm telling you. One of these days, shit's gonna go down. all those nuns are going to take off those covers they got on their heads, and yeah, they're gunmen. I guarantee
Tommy
they're
guns.
they're like snipers.
Snipers.
I don't trust them. Not in my neighborhood, walking around with their cloaks on.
Cloaks.
What? You got another pick coming up?
No.
Oh,
A couple
you got
picks. I
both?
got a couple picks coming in. No. I got one more coming up in 3 picks. So
All right,
on the way
we'll
back.
keep
so.
talking, or you can. You
No.
got closing thoughts?
Yeah. Is that all? We're done?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just kind of dragging out because I knew you had picks going on.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good if you guys are good.
Yeah, I'm good.
So fantasy show tonight. We'll get a NFL preview next week, and NFL starts, so we're all excited. And fantasy football starts, which is why we're excited. So
Why don't we come up with like 3 bets for the year? Like take 3 bets that you like the Titans over for wins.
oh,
or-
okay. Yeah, we'll look.
We'll
Yeah,
bring in some odds and stuff.
yeah, we'll bring up some odds and we pick some. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone you're in charge of bringing odds in.
Well,
Okay.
Jay says he's got a guy that'll do odds for us. It's like, well, it's on every goddamn website.
All right, I got an app. I just got to go across. The
I got a
border.
phone.
So we are the Benchwarmers podcast. I thank Ed and Tim for coming out tonight. I am Scott.
Suck the blood!
Suck blah, blah. And happy fantasy football drafting. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one.
I hate goodbyes. Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome. Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'd give him more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Feels so